Alright, so got the link out to everyone. So today we're going to be doing the most basic like range character stream. In my previous crawl streams we did a melee run with a Minotaur, pretty straightforward. Then we did a spellcaster run with a Gargoyle Earth Elementalist, one of the most straightforward combinations there. So now I want to do like one of the more straightforward range character combinations. So for range characters it's a little more awkward because there's only a couple of races that have a particularly good ranged aptitude. Deep Elves, who are better casters than they are range characters. Kobolds, who are actually really bad range characters because they have a limited sightline, which reduces a lot of their ranged ability. And like Coglins, who aren't a very good option for like a default character because they have an unusual way of combat and like weapon equipment. So like the typical range character run isn't going to be similar to a Coglin run. So I'm thinking like, what's a race that is going to do the most typical range character stuff? The best way to like look at that is you can look at aptitudes, list of aptitudes. You can kind of go down to the ranged fighting aptitudes here. So here's range. You kind of like, okay, who's a good range fighter? Humans are mediocre. Barachis are solid. You know, 0 is like solid, really, not mediocre. So you see a bunch of negatives. Most races have a negative. Then you've got Deep Elf, who has a +3, but like they're better spellcasters, like I said earlier. Then you got Gnolls, who are good at everything, but like also bad at everything. Kobold, mentioned them already. Minotaur, better melee fighter. Octopode, who are a very unusual race, so I'll probably do next time just because I think they're fun. And then like Tengu. Tengu's like a +1 in everything though, so they're as good at like. There's only a couple races that are better at range than they are at melee, and they're oftentimes better at other stuff. So it's like a little awkward to play sometimes. So in my opinion, I think Barachi is probably the best, just because they have extended sight range, which contrary to the Kobold has negative sight range. So they also have like a really good escape tool. So I'm gonna go with a Barachi, and they're like an intermediate race. And I've done a Gargoyle and Minotaur. I suppose I could do another simple race, but like the difference between simple and intermediate races actually isn't that big. So we're gonna go Barachi, Hunter. I'm gonna go Hoptone, because we're a frog. So here's a Barachi. The Barachi's basic thing is they're amphibious, so they can go into water without the negative side effects of water. They can hop short distances, but they move slowly, and that's the important thing. You move slowly as a Barachi, so you can't run away as easily as you could on other races. And extended range, see far away, which is actually really good on an archer because you can shoot people far away, but it also means there can be more enemies on screen, and enemies come onto screen faster for you, which puts you in danger. Also, later levels you can jump further, so let's demonstrate a little jump here. Press A, press F. Well, look, you can hop. It's not perfectly accurate. You can see like there's a range of squares it can be in, but that's really good at creating distance for attacking. So we're going to do the thing that I said before on Minotaur with weapons, which is get your ranged weapons. I would say like I think it's around 11. When you get to not minimum delay. Minimum delay would be like 14, but 11 is where it gets below like to 0.9 delay, so you're consistently not losing turns when you're attacking. And so it's a little hard to tell if you're not used to playing crawl, but like you have an extended line of sight. You have one extra tile of sight, and that's like there's like the inverse square law, where as you get more and more, as you expand your like tiles of sight, you actually gain more tiles than you ever had before. Each expanding square of tiles is more potential squares on any given screen. It's like Barachi's, it might just seem like, oh, what plus one tile of vision, but it's significantly increased amount of area that your sightline covers, and that's a big deal. So everybody's gonna do the regular thing of trying to clear out early dungeon. And the thing about range characters is you don't tend to have like really good AC because you can't, you know, pump your strength like you could on that Minotaur to get heavy armor. So you have to like come up with other ways to stay safe. Now the main one is that you have ranged options, but melee characters have ranged options. They can throw weapons or use evocable, so you're not unusual in that sense. And this is the big criticism I have with ranged characters, is that they don't typically, like, their biggest benefit is like the early game ranged ability, because melee characters don't get throw weapons later. But once you get like to the mid game, that advantage dissolves, so you have to like leverage your, you know, you don't have to train armor nearly as much, right? But you do have to train dodging. You don't have to train fighting as much, though you probably still need to train some, because you're not as in danger as a melee character always is. Ooh, early Gnolls dangerous. So we're gonna hop. There we go, kill him. So early Gnolls very likely to kill you, but the hop gives me distance and gives me a lot of free extra attacks. So that's something that's like an inherent synergy with Barachi that most other, like, Barachi hop is good on anything. The Barachi hop is very powerful no matter what, but it's especially good on range characters because you can get extra free hits. Ooh, Arbalest. That's worth picking up. I'm gonna stick with the short bow for a little while, but it's really interesting. We'll get to 10 and see where it takes me. Another good thing about Barachi is they have a really good fighting aptitude and a really good dodging aptitude, so you're gonna have a lot of experience to kind of go around. They're also decent casters. And one of the big things about a dex-based character, which is either dex melee or even a ranged character, is that you don't wear heavy armor, so you can tend to cast magic. So with all these good magic aptitudes, Barachis have the best overall aptitudes in the game that aren't like weird, like the Gnolls or the Djinns. So you see all these pluses are just really strong. And very important is Translocation. That's probably the most important spell school for a ranged character, and we'll hopefully get to that later, if we can. Not jabbering though, we can kind of play the game. See if I can do a little hop so I get a couple of free attacks here. There we go. The adder is dangerous, like it bites you, poisons you, you die. First string, ooh, +5 evasion, I'll take that for sure. The important thing about early crawls, do enough damage to kill things so you don't die. Ooh. Definitely take this. Ring rope power solid. Oh, we got another identify scroll. Blinking scroll, also very good. My first pair of boots. Brachis also don't have any armor limitations as far as wear, so that's a nice thing. The Minotaurs couldn't wear helmets because they have the horns, but finding necessarily Arbalest is pretty good. It means I'm not going to be stuck on like a really weak weapon like in the mid game, which can happen with a lot of ranged characters. The thing about ranged is compared to melee, press M. Compared to melee, like melee have all these different schools of weapon or classes of weapon that you can train in, and they kind of cross train. So if you like are stuck with a bad axe when you started axes, you can find a good mace or a good bullharm to offset your weakness here. With ranged weapons, there's not so much. There's one line of ranged weapons, and they're not nearly as common as melee weapons. So it's not unusual you get stuck with a pretty weak ranged weapon going into the mid game. But we got an Arbalest, which is pretty solid. Alright, so this is a Gnoll, so we're going to immediately hop. Let him get into range so we can see him. Get our hop back, hopefully. That's a lot of Gnolls. I can probably fight one. See, he's catching up to me because I'm slow. I'm not that slow, but I'm not, like, fast. I'm not, like, even speed, so I can't stay at a healthy distance from him. But the hop can make up for that distance pretty easily. It's also nice, the Arbalest also has like a much lower chance to hit, so this is a +2 chance to hit, this is a -2 chance to hit, and that's actually pretty relevant early on, where my skill level is low, so like there's not a, I don't have incredibly good accuracy, so if I right-click this guy, I'm at a 98% chance to hit him, but if I right-click the stronger enemy, I'm at 68% chance. If I throw on this Arbalest, I'd be much less likely to hit that guy. Let's jump as far as we can. Gnolls are dangerous, don't take them lightly. Get that distance. Dith Minos is actually a pretty solid god for basically anyone, but I'm looking for a particular god this game. Hepliaklikana, the go-to ranged character god. If I'm doing a generic ranged build, you know, that's going to be the one we choose. Let's definitely find this, and we'll buy ID this Immolation Scroll. And then, ooh, this brand weapon's going to be pretty good. I might even use that on my Arbalest once I get enough skill for it. We'll see if I find a longbow, I'd rather save my brand weapon with that for like, if I get to the point where I'm using the Arbalest, it might be worth the brand weapon scroll. We're at 6. I'm still at 1.1 on my short bow. Ooh, that's an adder right on my ass. Okay, let's hop away. So I'm not fighting two at once. There we go. This is actually a point in like the Barachi's Vision's favor. That adder came into screen from here. That's an extra shot I get on it. It also makes Barachi's very good at like with particular spells that are like screen wide, like Dragon's Call or Thalsum Fusillade. I think Barachi's are just arguably the best race in general, just because of all this stuff they can do. Like, they're kind of just good at everything. There's like not a single, like if you want a race that's like can do anything, I think it's Barachi. Like there's not a single thing they're bad at besides necromancy, and you're not even that bad at necromancy. Like -1 is still usable for a lot of the good necromancy spells, like a Jorner's Vile Clutch or something. Especially when you pair it with like, you know, Jorner's, for instance, is an Earth spell. It's like a 0 and a -1 is perfectly reasonable. Alright, so this is Natasha. Natasha has summons. Okay, I killed her in 2 shots. Well, she can be dangerous, but I killed her in 2 shots. Also, I'd like to get like a couple of points in stealth here, real quick, just so I can run away from dangerous encounter. Ooh, hello, this guy's dangerous. I do have heal potions, so I'm not that in risk of dying, but gotta be careful. Okay, so I don't have teleports. I do have a lot of blinks. Can I kill her in 2 shots? Like, ooh, nope. Heal potion. I can't outrun her, right? She's very fast. No, she's 125% travel speed compared to me. I want to use a blink here, see if I can get some pot shots. Alright, cool. I have 3 blinks, so it's kind of now it's a nice time to use them. Typically you want to save your blinks, but don't be stupid. If you get yourself in a dangerous situation where you got poisoned by a scorpion and Natasha comes off screen, well, there you go. I've only killed Natasha twice, so she's still somewhere on the map. There she is. She's hurting me, so let's go to these stairs. Heal up, go down some different stairs. Shoot her. There we go, got her. Make sure it's really cool on the floor here. Nothing really relevant. Pop that noise scroll. Any enemies? Nope. Cool. Alright, so my short bow is currently at 1.0, so I think the short bow has a pretty easy skill curve, so we're actually going to get this to difficulty to 9. I think maybe that'll be good enough for a short bow. And we do need to eventually get up to 18 just for our Arbalest, but not right now. Ooh, hey, fire armor. +1 fire armor. Cool. Immediate upgrade. Cannot complain about that. Doan and Uvessa are very scary, so I want to get them... Hit it with some free damage here. I'm gonna hop. Now they're stacked up to each other. Hit them with this AoE attack. You always want to kill Duvessa first. I think I mentioned this on the Mentor run, but like if you kill Doan first, Duvessa berserks, which is way more dangerous than Doan hasting himself. These are clock roaches with a L. Clock roaches. You have to be in melee range to damage them. They're very annoying for a ranged character. Some distance from this adder. Get some free shots on them. Also, you typically want to be jumping back into areas you've already explored. You don't want to like jump into danger. That's a clear problem there. Hey, +1 AC. I'll take that cloak. He set me on fire, so I have to move. Bounce. Alright, so I believe this got me to 0.9. Okay, yeah, we're at 0.9 on my bow, so we can get our fighting up a little bit here. Get fighting and dodging, because they're both really good apps. We can kind of get these up at the same rate. Typically, it's better to only train one thing at a time, so like, if you're aiming for something. I'm just trying to get some defense, and both of them give some defense. Actually, dodging is 0.07, so I'd want, like, more like 6 dodging. Kind of get that extra point of evasion over. Actually, but we won't fight and go up faster because we want hit points just in case we run into like orc priests or something, which are going to be pretty common soon. Identify my scrolls. Good stuff. Let's go down some stairs. Okay, see, a lot of enemies on screen, but we can back up. Oh, that's a lot of enemies. Ooh. That's why you train a little bit of stealth, everybody. Don't wake up everyone at the same time. Okay, let's go upstairs. Way too many enemies in that area, in that hallway, and they were gonna pincer me there. So let's go down some different stairs. Mephitic Cloud's a good enough spell to learn eventually. So once I get my range damage up pretty good, what's up, Darth Eric? Just playing Crawl. I'm probably gonna learn Meph Cloud. That's a very good spell. Not a very good hop there, but you gotta try. Alright. Back up a little bit. I can handle a couple nulls at this point. I'm playing a frog right now, little frog man. I'd like to poison this guy if I could before I knock him down with health. Of course, I could just miss him a bunch of times. That's a Geomancer. He blasts you if you're next to some rocks, so don't stay next to a wall when you fight him. He's much less dangerous. Easier said than done sometimes. Oh yeah, there's some water. I could escape to some water if I need to at some point. I need to stay in melee range of this guy because he summons other guys. There we go. Hop onto the other side of him so that everyone can hit me. Alright, so we got a bit of defense set up here. Let's get one more point of dodging, try to get to 20 EV here real quick. But I think my next level up before I get Dex is going to get me that. Jump away because we're a frog. Playing a frog archer this time. This is at a 1.4. This only ever gets down to a 1.0, right? So you have to get all 18 before that's better, but ooh, Acrobat's good to have, especially on a Barachi who frequently eats attack of opportunity. Okay, this is a lot of enemies. An Orc Priest. Let's see if we can kill this Orc Priest first before we go up the stairs. Or get him to come upstairs with us. Cool, so now we don't have to run into that guy again later. Get on the staircase just in case that guy alerts other guys. Two Orc Priests is dangerous because they go invisible, just like that. But I do have a willpower ring, so they can't confuse me nearly as easily. Alright. Oh, still not at EV. That guy's got a wand of light. I want to kill him before he shoots me. There we go. Sweet. I'd like 2 points of evocation to get these wands more powered up now that I've got some good wands. There's Pickle, or Pikel, not sure which one ever. Pull one of his ads away. On the other side of this Orc Priest, Orc Wizard. This is bad, this is bad. I don't want to fight Pickle and an Orc. Dang it. There we go. Probably need to wand this guy. Alright, he's not... Alright, cool. Alrighty. Pretty dangerous enemy there, to be honest, but we survived. Let's get armor. Armor's like... Even though it takes like 5 points for me to get 1 AC, I've got really low AC, and this armor skill goes up very fast. Ooh, actually, I dropped my potion. These guys do more damage to you the more open spaces there are around you, so fighting them in a hallway like this is very good. And here's our temple, sweet. So the god I'm looking for is Hepliaklakana, which is this one. So Hepliaklakana is like arguably the most... It's like one of the top 5 gods in my opinion. It's good on any character, but it's especially good on ranged characters because once you get up to 2 piety, it summons a guy just who's always with you who you can shoot through, which is very important as an archer to have like a meat shield in front of you who eats the damage and fogs up hallways so you can shoot past them. It is the go-to range character god, which is why I saved my... I found a good god earlier, which is Dithminos, who would have, if I was playing regularly, would be a perfectly good one to get early. But Hepliaklakana, the go-to range character god. Back up a little bit, so I don't... These guys usually come in pairs, so I don't want to alert his buddy. That's kicking my ass. That's why I use a wand. If they're kicking your ass, use a wand. Let's get our range weapons up to... Let's just get our range weapons going to this point. Back up a little bit. Get some free shots. So the difference in damage here is what? 25 versus 12, so it's like double damage. How the attack speed is 0.4 to point, so it's actually the same average damage, but this is better against heavily armored enemies. As I get more skill, the Arbalest is going to get better though. So basically, like 0.5 delay between this is 0.9, this is 1.4. 0.5 delay is functionally double damage. Because if you think about it, like let's say you're at 1 delay and you go down to 0.5 delay, for every 1 turn you're attacking twice, that is double damage, right? It's not quite exactly that, but like that's a good heuristic. Right, this guy is very dangerous for D8. He's got good AC too. This might be a time I get an Arbalest on and just shoot him. He's got high AC, so the Arbalest is a lot stronger. I wish I want to stick with the Arbalest at this point too. My skill has gotten a lot better. This guy is a little dangerous though. Can I net him? Nope. Damn, dude. He's kicking my ass. Can't Ice Blast him, which has a much better success rate. Equip a more accurate weapon because this guy's got really good evasion and low AC. The short bow is probably better there. These guys are high AC, medium EV. A lot of dangerous poison enemies, moccasins and hornets. And the Arbalest is probably better at this point now that I've got like a little bit more skill. The accuracy and the damage. Or the damage, I've gotten enough accuracy now that the damage is worth it. Oh, goodness gracious. That is a skeletal warrior. I cannot kill that guy this early in the game. This is like a vault. I need to teleport. Hop away. Something's going on here. Ooh. Yeah, that's like a super dangerous vault or something. I cannot fight that for now. We're gonna come back later. I'll put an exclusion there so I remember it later. Might be something valuable in there too, but not. I can't fight that just yet. Especially not without my Hepliac Lacana guy. It's called the Ancestor in the game. You'll see him soon. Hepliac Lacana gains ooh. Somehow messed up, not... Somehow, like, told the game not to take up curing potions. That was dumb. More poison enemies, damn. Very dangerous ones, too. Thank goodness I got my stealth up. Didn't wake them all up at the same time. My hit points are low, but I really don't want to go upstairs if I can help, because like there's some dangerous enemies I just woke up downstairs. Okay, I'm poisoned. Let's heal up. There we go. Ooh. Fighting them one at a time is a lot better than as a group, at least. Really need to get my ancestor up soon. I'd love to have him in all these corridors against all these poison enemies. Because the ancestor is like an undead, kind of, in the sense that they can't like get affected by poison. Interest to layer found. And scroll revelation, good to have. Is that Josephine? Hope not. Instant super poison. Damn, that guy wrecked me. I don't like jumping into the... okay, I'm in a lot of danger, so we're gonna pop a fear. Pop a healing potion. We're gonna move towards the guy who I can kill fastest, which is the centaur. There we go. I'm gonna flight. Nifty. There we go, I got my guy. I can even rename them. Instead of Aolin, we're going to call him Darth Eric. I believe Derek's a guy. Darth Eric was always male, you're pretty sure. Yeah. One of the more fun things about Hepliac Lacana is naming your guy. Your summon. But it's not the best situation to show off the ancestor, because they can't block these guys, because these guys can go through walls, but... The important thing is when you hit the next level, which is when you get to upgrade them, they still are just like a body who gets in the way. See, look, he's just kind of blocking me and I can shoot through him. That alone just makes it so powerful, because like you can just not worry about enemies hitting you in melee, which is like the biggest fear of a ranged character. Also, they can see invisible, so like, this is an unseen horror who would kick my ass, but my ancestor can just fight him by itself and kill him. Same thing with this guy. This is a shadow that turns invisible. My ancestor hits it, which is cool. But they're invisible enemy. Should probably... I'll do Meth Flight after I get my weapon up. This is dangerous. This is a lot of... Up away from this guy because he can hit really hard. My ghost did die, but it comes back after a little bit. Demonology. just as dangerous because he summons demons. Are way stronger than he is. There we go. This is like this little vault here. Worth a lot of XP, hopefully. And your ghost like kind of gets more powerful as you level up. I think it's like the only god thing that gets more powerful just on your level. Not counting like... I guess Sifmuna... No, Sifmuna's power is more like if you find spells. Ooh, we're bouncing out of here. This is dangerous. Get my ghost back. I'd like to finish that level up if I could. Go here. I would check these stairs. Nope. I guess I'm gonna have to do layer first then, because this is going bad. I've got fire resistance, so this guy isn't technically that bad for me. Yeah, there we go. Cool. I should have hit him. I really need that, an orc bow. I've already got an Arbalest though, which is probably better than the orc bow, even though orc bow has a better delay. So this is 19 damage, and it's currently at 0.7 delay. This is 28. 28 damage is a lot of damage. That's a Jin. That's a freaking Afridi. That guy hits like a truck. We still got 38 hit points. It's a really dangerous little vault here. Okay, let's heal. Alright, can I kill this guy guaranteed with my... Yeah, okay, yeah, let's back up here. Ooh, Centaur Warrior, very dangerous on a range character, because they are also high damage range character, and that's like one of your biggest weaknesses as an archer, is another archer. The counter for range is better ranged. Very dangerous vault so far. Using up some of my resources. Alright, cool. Killed an Afridi, which is kind of like getting way above my weight class at this point. Play these guys into a death corridor and fight them one-on-one. Well, I can go later after this. There we go. Oh, I'm very happy to have found Bale's Gravitambourine. Awesome item. I had to get more Chirari darts. Visible enemy. All right, so let's go find that layer. Oh, pillow. Get a sticky flame off me. That's well, +1 buckler from that guy. +2. All right, let's go layer again. There we go. Okay. Have to go to the finish up the early game. Let's do layer. Not a Yaks. Oops, wrong ability. Use my acrobatics to get into a corridor here. Almost level 13, which gives me the better hop, which is really nice. Also, nice thing about the Barachi Hepfley Aklikana combo is you can kind of like jump around and then recall your ancestor to you to reposition very well. Alright, we hit level 2 Hepfley Aklikana, which now I can choose my ancestor's role. So there's Hexer, which is like they cast debuffs on the enemy, which is really strong if you're like a melee character. There's Battle Mage, or a stabber even. There's battle mates, who's like the highest damage one. They cast really high damage spells. They attack the hardest and the fastest. But the knight is the best because it's the tankiest, the toughest. They eventually get like a shield of reflection. They also get like a axe, which is AoE damage, which is something you kind of lack as a ranged character sometimes. So, gotta turn you into a knight. If I find a second brand weapon scroll, I'll use that on this arbalist. I would like to find a longbow if I could. That's like kind of the go-to. The arbalist is doing me fine for now, but as you see, like turning him into a knight makes him way tougher. +2 slam draining. That's pretty interesting. That'd be better than my short bow, which I can throw away now. But I don't think it's better than my arbalist. Even at the 0.7 delay. It's like the draining does. Drains half the time it deals 2 to 4 flat damage plus the draining effect. So you can kind of treat this as like 1 to 2 damage on average because you're 50% likely to use it on your hit. So it's kind of like a 17 damage plus the draining effect. Oh no, it's 1/4 of any damage, so it's like 1/4 plus 2 basically is what you're thinking of half the time. So 1/4 of your damage at 15 is like roughly. So 3 is 1/5, so like roughly, let's say roughly like round up to 4. +6 damage, 21, it attacks faster. This is actually better, I think. Especially when you're fighting enemies who are susceptible to it. So now we can actually stop trading ranged, get our fighting to 9, and then we can start trading spells. Also, you can equip a shield while wearing a sling, which I didn't even think about, but... let's get my... so I want to learn Meth Cloud most of all here. So we're going to go... Air, Conjuration, and Alchemy, which are all +1, so I can get those all up to like 5. It shouldn't take too long, actually. As a matter of fact, that one fight got me up to 1.4. Actually, I can actually go ahead and learn it now. And we'll get this up to 1. Actually, you get this up to 2. It's a 3-school spell, so 2 is kind of equivalent there. And for leveling these all equally, because they're all kind of at equal difficulty to learn, you kind of learn it as fast as possible by getting these skills up at the most XP efficient rate. So when it comes to spellcasting on multi-school spells like this is a 3-school spell, Conjuration, Alchemy, Air, it's actually like technically better to train it like this, as opposed to like training one up and then another, because these all give equal amounts, and basically as soon as one goes up, the other one becomes more efficient to train. That's how it works. Go ahead and just figure out what that does. Alright. Down some more stairs. I'll trade out to my arbalist if I ever fight like a undead enemy or like just an enemy who's immune to necrotic damage. I forget all the draining, draining's like a debuff that kind of just weakens the enemy across a bunch of... I can actually look it up. What's drain do in DCSS on enemies? Reduces hit dice, which lowers power, accuracy, willpower, and a few other things. And so it just makes them like hit less hard and less often, which is good. But the draining also just does extra damage, which is because extra flat damage is really good on a fast attacking weapon like a sling. So you can imagine this is adding like an extra, on average, an extra 8 damage, or an extra 6 damage half the time, so it's like an 18 damage, but it's also very accurate, which is good. And defense attacks are good. So these are going to be better until like I fight tougher enemies who have high AC, where the flat damage isn't good enough. back up. That's a lot of snakes. So I'm slow, but snakes are actually slower than me. I can actually just run away and then shoot them. Ooh, a broad axe. Damn, if I was an axe user, that'd be a really nice early find. Where was that buckler I could go find? I'm gonna carry that around just in case I find a gun, because you can use a buckler with a gun. You also use it with a sling, but I don't think it's worth the skill right now while I'm trying to learn this spell. So that close at 30%. I think it's worth to get this up to 3 too. I haven't found any of the the best. So this is actually pretty useful for running away. Yeah, I haven't found any like the absolute best range character spells, which are all the translocation ones, but hopefully we'll find them. Despite the fact that it's a 30%, I'm still going to try to cast it. Yeah, there we go. I really like to confuse these guys so they hit each other. You can also fire spells through your guy, which is awesome. Boots of Flight, yeah, that's a straight upgrade. Almost level 13, so I almost got my super hop. Oh, geez. Okay, so this is dangerous. We're going to immolate these guys. Then we're going to Gale's Gravitamborine them and blow them all up. There we go. Let's get my fighting up to 10 real quick, and then I'll check my legs feel stronger. So now my hop goes even further, which is good. F Cloud's at 13%, so let's get these all up to like 7 then. Kind of expensive, but still. Fight these guys while they're stuck in these flames. This is dangerous. Alright, cool, he didn't turn me to stone. Happy about that. Jump away. Throw a meth cloud. He gets confused, walks away. There we go. Cool. See how strong the meth cloud is there. Just it made the guy go the complete opposite direction. Ooh, an orb. I have a free offhand. Orb of Mayhem is very interesting. Causes the witnesses of your kills to go into frenzy, attacking everything nearby with great strength and speed. This is super dangerous in some distances, but it's kind of like the only time I'm ever going to use it on a ranged character who can't have a shield yet. I gotta make these guys fight each other. Alright, so I found Swamp and Snake Pit, so very poison heavy, so I really want to find resist poison if I can. You can find resist poison in Swamp though, so it's not the end of the world. I haven't learned Transference yet, so I need to get some Invocation eventually, like level 8. I'll do that once I get Myth Cloud online, which is pretty close. Close. We'll get you up to 4. I can get behind my ghost here. Nope. Alright, well, Myth Cloud it is. Honestly, I probably shouldn't just like. There's a real chance that I berserk a guy who's next to me. Alright, so this is pretty dangerous because I'm slowed by this torpor snail, and there's a freaking hydra next to me. I only got one teleport scroll. Can I hop away? If I gills... Can I fear scroll these guys instead of using my teleport scroll? Yeah, cool. Alright. Fight the snail one-on-one. Much safer situation there. The snail's much more dangerous when it's next to other enemies who can fight you while you're slowed. You go up here. Heal up. Pretty dangerous so far. Damn. The X are still there. Yeah, this is just not going well. I popped away from my safety too. Blast these guys with evocables. Wouldn't mind learning Sticky Flame too, but... Get the other side of my guy here. Maneuver myself so I'm like behind my buddy. Alright, so there's a bunch of enemies. Smith cloud them. Alright, I think I got Meth Cloud mostly online. Let's finish my ranged weapons. Actually, let's get my dodging up. See how strong Meth Cloud is there, just completely holding off all these guys. Any interesting spells so far? Oh, I should have used Swiftness when I was running away from that Hydra that one time. I forgot I learned that. Well, nothing I really want to learn. No cool range weapons yet. Yep. Nope. Bone of Prison's an interesting one. Good AoE spell, and I've already got a lot of Conjuration and Alchemy. Already kind of castable. Let's also make my meth cloud better. That's something. There's a lot of guys. Let's back up. Bring my ancestor back to me. Can I find a hallway? There's a hallway to the right that I can maybe get to eventually. By swiftness... I can now meth cloud on my guy, because he's immune to poison, but they're not. Make these guys all fight each other. This guy's right on my face, we're gonna dart him. Oh, slime sees me. I can fight the slime if I can. Move out of the... Make him fight that fire elemental. Sweet. Alright, Mayhem actually really paid off there because I maneuvered myself in such a way that the guys were fighting each other. I very rarely use Mayhem Orb, but it's been pretty solid so far. Alright, so Sky Shark is very dangerous, but I do have Curare for him. Sweet. Alright, got him. Meth Cloud plus Mayhem is pretty fun at keeping all these guys fighting anyone who isn't me. Ooh, Steam Dragon. I've got fire resist, that's actually not bad for me. Those guys keep fighting each other. Jump to the staircase. I can fight this guy. Heal up, get my buddy back. I've got Idealized now, so I need to get that online. Welcome to Prison's also almost online. We'll do that first. Idealize is nice, but it's not like super important. Idealize is an ability that lets you like heal your ally and give them like a buff, make them stronger. It's much stronger when they're stronger. At this point, it's kind of just a meat shield. These are all undead, so they're kind of immune to all my poison stuff, but you can just beat them to death. A lot of wraiths. Yeah, there's Josephine. Or else she just like shoot me with spells. I was like, oh yeah, I'll stay safe from the lava, and then she just kind of shot me with all of her spells. guy's kind of gonna kick my ass if I let him. There we go. Just get my me and this character's like this is true for all crawl characters, but positioning is very important. But it's like super important on a range character, especially with the Hefty Eklikana summon. Like your positioning is both very important and also something you can change very easily. Grab Amnesia. I like all my spells. Alright, last 4 of Lair. Ooh, hello, a lot of guys here. Let's Meth Cloud these ones. Badger's gonna kick my ass if I let him. There we go. Gale's Gravity Marine's so good. It's just so good. Alright, let's get one more point in Conjurations, just because I have... Sorry, not Conjurations, no, Conjurations. Well, I guess I like Alchemy, because like, I can see myself learning Sticky Flame, but what I'd love to get is a Radiate. That's kind of like the go-to melee range spell, even if you're not melee. Let's go one more point in Conjurations. And then one more point in Spellcasting, and then we'll move towards Invocations. Matter of fact, I can just start trading Invocations at the same time. Don't like these alarm traps. Let's make sure those aren't in sight before I start another fight. Oh. Aberration is pretty useful, but not relevant yet. Blink Frogs. This guy's annoying. So this guy's like a Thrashing Horror, very dangerous. Just hits hard, hits fast. I think they're immune to poison. Yeah, infinitely resistant to poison, so very strong against me in particular. So kind of have to fight this guy. But that's the other thing about the Heavy Eklikana guy. He just adds extra damage. He just hits these guys too. Shapeshifter? Okay, cool. So looks like we might have the Abyssal ending of Lair, which is one of the more annoying ones, because like it introduces a lot of enemies who aren't really scaled for this point in the game. Like, they're not hit dice-wise, like, you know, they don't have too many hit points or hit too hard or whatever, but, like, they're resistant to a lot of things you might be relying on at this point in the game, if that makes sense. Because, like, they're demons, and demons have, like, a natural resistance or whatever. Trying to get these guys to fight each other. There we go. Let my guy come back. Like, all these demons are infinitely immune to poison and draining, which is both of my... Fulminant Prism is actually just damage. It's just a good damage spell, but... So I can't do that against them, but it's annoying. It also makes a lot of fucking noise, which is kind of dangerous. Oh, now I also have Transference. I'm going to show off Transference on this guy, so... If I want to, well... Don't want to do it yet, because it's actually dangerous. Also, now my ghost is dead, so I can't show it off. There you go, so... Oh no, this guy's right on me! What a jerk. Now, this is actually going to help me, but like you can transfer into him, and he swaps places with your ghost. You can also swap places with yourself and your ghost. Kind of deals at 16. Kind of want to deal like around 10% or so. It's not like a... You can't miscast god abilities, you can just fail them. It's like, it's not super important to get them down to like super easy percentages. Get my dex up, of course. Oop, that's a Raiju. That guy's very dangerous. Oh, Escape Shifter, cool. Compared to a much weaker enemy. That's an actual Raiju, okay. Ooh, Cloak of Poison Resistance, that's very, very good. Especially with my Meth Cloud. Now I can Meth Cloud on top of myself. Without any worries. Let's train range weapons up to 18 again so I can get my Arbalest back on soon. All these guys are immune to my Meth Cloud, which is annoying. That's why this is like the more awkward endings, because like, if you're like an alchemist who like has to rely on alchemy spells, it really sucks to like to have all these enemies who are immune to poison show up in an area that's supposed to be susceptible to poison. But Fulminant Prism is another alchemy spell that's also like just neutral damage, which is pretty good. It's a bad staff, might as well. Nope. Why didn't I pick up a scroll enchant weapon? What the fuck? Whoa, 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 what are you carrying? This guy's got the freaking Mace of Eos. Oh, sorry, the Morning Star of Eos. This is like a really strong artifact weapon, but not for me. I'm not a... Spriggan just walking around with a legendary artifact. Did I turn off picking up? I must have turned off, like, I must have, like, fat-fingered some stuff and turned off picking up certain items. Let's go get the scroll teleportation. That's very valuable. Wait, it's this guy. Let's go ahead and quit this Arbalest. That does take off my my Mayhem Orb, but that's fine. I think we're strong enough to clear these guys out at this point, so... Let's go see what's in this, like, hidden vault area here. Just some gold, is that it? A regular trident. And an unidentified potion. It's a Poos potion, which I already had one of. Maybe it's a mutation potion? I'm trying to kill these guys now. Okay, I think I'm going to stick... The Mayhem Orb has been cool, but I think I'm going to stick with my Arbalest now. Just on damage purposes, it's just hit so hard. And it's probably worth dropping a brand weapon scroll on this. Never mind, I found it. Okay, it's heavy. That's bad, but it's also like really high damage now. 56 damage is a lot. Even with that heavy brand, it's pretty strong. I'd rather find any other brand, to be honest, but for now, we'll live with that. Pick these up just in case. Got the scroll. Let's go back to the lair. Alright, so I've cleared lair. Need to find mines next, I guess. With Breath Cloud, I'm pretty good at dealing with mines, so that's nice. River Frost and a Distant Snort. Okay, I want to find that Minotaur Distant Snort, which is probably this one right here, actually. We can turn this corner. Ooh. Yeah, I hit very hard right now, which is nice, but I hit very slow, which is not nice. Yeah, we're doing the Distant Snort for sure. There's actually a cool thing you can do with Hefty Aklikana here, which is like transference and pop in and out of these artifact boots. That's nice. Some hats. I don't have my head slot equipped. Alright, so if I look at these, the one I want the most, I think, is the bottom one. It's got an artifact amulet, which is worth looking at, and artifact boots on this side. But you have to be able to win these fights without your buddy, which is asking a lot, to be honest. Really, it's a Cacao Demon. These guys all do ice damage. Oh, these are lightning guys. Yeah, I don't even have any of the resistances I need to get these guys on. So I get an artifact hat. Chant weapon scrolls. So this has 2 artifacts and a good consumable. I don't think I can fight these without my guy, so we're not going to try the cheese. Like, there's a cheese where you can leave your guy outside intentionally and then transference with him and pick up multiple lanes worth of loot, but I don't think I can win these fights without him, so... I do hit very hard, though. Resist corrosion and stealth? I don't... Do these guys do corrosion damage? No, right. So I don't need resist corrosion. Ooh, corrosion resistance, though. That's nice. I'm gonna stick with Acrobat for now, but... These guys are probably gonna bane me, which sucks. Can I blind these guys? Nope, I'm out of blinds. I get any mutations? Nope. Cool. Oh, I didn't mention at the beginning, but when you do the Hefty Aklikana, God, you lose 10% of your max hit points, which is bad, but it's worth it. I'm gonna say on that. Ooh. Yeah, I'll take resist negative and regen and int on my boots. That's awesome. I mean, flight's nice, but not that nice. This isn't bad, but like... I think I get more out of Acrobat these days. I mean, stealth is nice too. This guy is not immune to poison, right? Okay, so we're gonna... He's got a triple crossbow? Heck yes, dude. That's my late game weapon right there. You know, find a brand scroll for that. Manual of Fighting, also awesome. A Robe of Arch Magi, but -5 int is very funny. I don't think I'm equipping that, but whatever. And resist poison, int +5, but you get silence sometimes. It's probably fine, right? It's probably fine for me. Though I've already got resist poison. I don't really need the int on anything. All my spells are pretty castable. I'd be losing my... It's +2 AC. Silence is kind of awkward because, like, I'm not going to be wearing this late game, but I can wear it now where I'm not casting that much. But I lose resist fire for no reason. Don't think I've ever used that shield, but it's possible if I ever find a gun. That's really good. But I'm probably just going to be using this triple crossbow for the rest of the game. That's... So this does 50 damage at 1.5 delay compared to my Arbalest, which does 56 damage at 1.6 delay. So this is actually already better. If I can ever find a brand weapon scroll for it, it's going to be better then, too. And I can just keep trading ranged weapons until I get that up. I'm going to do kind of like this. Kind of get these both going at the same time. And do invocations is my most skilled one, so I can get that done with and get idealized, kind of castable. What's up, Snowman41? I say what's up, that's you saying goodbye. Well, goodbye. I'll see you later. I don't think I need anything else in here. Press Control and dot. The only thing I didn't pick up was stuff that I neglected because I couldn't do the cheese. And getting a triple crossbow off of this guy was pretty cool. There's also, I don't think I can get there in time, but there's also an ice dungeon down here. I'll find another brand weapon scroll soon. Yep, I did. When you get two time-gated vaults like that, you kind of have to pick the one you want. It's almost always the gauntlet's always the best. Besides maybe a melee. I'm gonna clear out all the area around this giant interior vault first. I don't think I'm gonna ever equip these. Ring of flying if I ever need that. Definitely not equipping this or this or this or this ever again. I mean, I guess I can maybe go if I find like a shield of resistance. I might equip the sling again, but unlikely. Definitely don't need that. Miss Amulet's still fine. It's resist corrosion at the end of the day. Don't really need it now. Corrosion's not super common until like later in the game when liches are throwing corrosive bolts at you and stuff. Or in slime, but I'm likely not doing slime. I think slime's like a death trap for a bow character like this one. This thing does a lot of damage, and it's going to do way more damage as I level up because it's a higher base damage. So like the percentage damage increases from dex and skill are multiplied more than they would be with the Arbalist, despite it not having a brand. Oh, there's my mute potion. So now that I found my mute potion, I think I want to... I have a feeling this might be haste or something. So I want to save on this one. We can click this one. Okay, attraction potion. Probably don't want to use that one. Resistance potion. Good to know. Alright, I think this is probably haste because it was like in a vault. So I'm going to hold on to that one. Use my X identify on that. Also, as I gain range weapon skill... Ooh, it's a good time to idealize. Now he gets health, and he's less. He deals more damage, and he's tougher, and he's just better. And we take out a dragon pretty easily. Ooh, Fanar's dangerous. I'm actually gonna immolate here. A lot of enemies, and I don't have ice resistance for Fanar, which is dangerous. And he's weak to. He's not weak to fire, but like fire is good against all of his guys. And finding all these guys in fire is better for me. There we go. Immolation proving how strong it is there. Just especially on a ranged character. It's especially good on a ranged character because you're not in melee where the explosion could hit you. Oh, invisible enemy. You've seen horror probably. I don't think even if I find another ranged weapon, I don't think unless it's a enchanted triple crossbow, I'm probably not going to pick it up or use it. That's good. Cold Resistor Robe is pretty useful, though. Sphinx Sisters. Already got Fallen Prison. Any important spells I want to learn? This gear is missing Blast isn't bad because it knocks guys away from you. I've already got like good escape tools, so I'm not going to waste XP on that when I could be getting more in my triple crossbow, which is like my ultimate goal right now is getting delay on that. I think what I'm going to do is kind of simultaneously level fighting and range weapons and dodging, because like I kind of just need all of those. And like range weapons are so expensive, but it's so high value at this point. Honestly, what I should be doing is just getting fighting up to my manual run out, and then do dodging and range weapon. That XP is going to pay off super fast. Coins being counted. Alright, I've got all my money. It's always kind of awkward this early in the game because you don't have that much money. I wish I'd found an orc mine first, obviously, so I could have more money on hand. But maybe I would spend all my money in the mine, so you never know. I hope they have a brand weapon scroll in here, but it's time gated, so let's find it and go in. Jewelry boutique. Whiz ring with +6 in. Wow, that's a really good ring for a caster. I don't really need it. The spells I'm casting are going to be like high level, but that's almost a good enough ring to like go, hey, I should just go into caster now. I think my amulets... Regen's probably better than Acrobat, but not by a lot. Maybe you see invisibility, so if there's something else in here, I might grab that see invisibility ring. No brand weapon scroll, but I'll probably take an identified scroll in a second. Bookshop. Throwing, don't need it. Passage of Galubria is really good. Almost no matter what, I'm buying that. OTR is actually really good. I think that's all I want on this. Firestorm would be pretty cool, but I don't need a throwing manual. My range character throwing is the last thing I'm going to be doing. Alright, so yeah, we'll get that Ring of Sea Invisibility for cheap. Make sure I'm not missing anything good. Nope. And I think all these are very good. How many amnesia scrolls do I have? Just one? Oh, I should have bought Dispersal. That's like a really good late game spell. I didn't even realize that Dispersal was in here. I just blew all my money on that. Damn. Well, yeah, that's what you gotta live with it. Made a mistake. Alright, it's Poos Potion. It's Brilliance. Okay, not Haste. Alrighty. I got some useful stuff, right? I did get Passage of Galubria, which is a very good translocation spell, which I'm going to need later. Yeah, Alchemy up to 10 too. Hello, guys. It's the perfect time for OTR. OTR is a giant, screen-wide, everything that you can see that can be poisoned is poisoned, and it does it over a couple of turns, and you can kind of re-up it and keep poisoning things over and over again. And it's really good with Barachis because you have extended vision. See, all these guys are just kind of dying in this giant group. Let's clear out this level, then we'll go do Orc Mines. Get my guy in there. OTR is also very, very good in Orc Mines, which is kind of why I picked it up. Like, it clears Orc Mines mostly by itself. Oh, Jorgren's dangerous. Very dangerous. He can see invisibility, right? He cannot see invisibility. Okay, so we're definitely gonna pop invisibility potion in this guy. Because he can like root you and then blast you and then hit you super hard with a heavy quarterstaff. There we go. OTR this guy and shoot him. Yeah, there we go. He just does a lot of damage. He's very dangerous, so great way to use an invisibility potion. Enchant weapon, gonna keep doing that on my triple crossbow, make it more accurate, hit harder. Like I said, this thing's hitting for 55. Now look at that arbalest. It was hitting for 59, but it's like even slower. That was 1.6. This is 1.4, so. Chainmail of Archery, interesting. It is half the normal encumbrance for the purposes of ranged combat. That's pretty cool. But it doesn't affect spell failure, which is pretty important for me because I have a very important spell that I'm going to be using now. Maybe like really late game, that could be something I equip. Just for AC purposes. But AC is still pretty bad. And you see all these orcs are just super susceptible to poison, especially I even killed the invisible one there, which is nice. Does not care if you see them or not, it just poisons everything on the screen. Yeah, used to actually using the hotkeys here. Oop, I got shafted, which is one of the worst things that could happen in Orc. But I think this is actually a reasonable position. Because everyone was like, everyone who could see me was kind of like across a bunch of lava, funnily enough. This guy's immune to poison. That's annoying. Yeah, alright. Despite getting shafted in one of the worst possible positions, unlike this is one of the worst maps to get shafted if you're like at the appropriate level to fight it. Handled it pretty well because OTR is that strong. Ooh, is that an artifact orc bow or is it just enchanted? It's just enchanted. Okay, I thought it was an artifact. Alright, if they're gonna shaft me here, I might as well clear it. Orc is also nice as a range character. Not relevant to me because I already found the items, but like there's a bunch of arbalists around because there's the cobalt blast miners or whatever. Just always have arbalists, and sometimes they have guns, which is really nice. So there's a bunch more range weapons hanging on the floor. Plus the workload would have been really nice early in the game too. Fighting still got the manual going, so we'll... jump away from these guys so I don't get hit a lot while I'm shooting. And it's still a 7 point. It's still cheaper to go into fighting than it is dodging. Might as well keep doing it. Another demon ending. Funny. Alright, there's an artifact spell vamp staff. Not good for me as a range character. Alright, I found another dispersal, so that's good. So once I get my translocation up, I can use dispersal on that. Or learn dispersal from here. Triari darts. I've only got 3. Maybe that's worth buying, but not really. Honestly, pretty crappy payoff here. I'm going to just buy a helmet and equip it, because that's some AC that I don't have on a slot. I haven't found gloves yet, have I? Wow. I found a bazaar, I've gone through Orc and Lair, and still haven't found a pair of gloves. Crazy. Well, it is what it is. The only thing really good there is dispersal. Hanging all the scrolls and potions. Not missing any important artifacts at this point. Yeah, nothing that I would equip really. Alright, well that's Orc, I believe. Oh, there's a second part of floor 1 down here. Might as well clear this just in case there's something nice here. I guess it's probably better than this. Not by much, but... Yep, nothing much. Alright, let's go back to the dungeon. Yeah, we're feeling pretty strong at this point in the game, especially with the triple crossbow. Fighting manual obviously has given me a huge leg up too, because that's just a lot of... Ooh, hello. Resist cold 2, resist negative, resist corrosion wizard. Okay, that's definitely worth buying. I don't have the money for it. That's definitely worth putting on my shopping list. So once I get enough money to buy that, that's like... That's a bunch of my resists done, right? Corrosion, negative. I've already got 2 resist negative 2. Wizardry is also awesome. Just lets me cast, like... As a range character, you want to be casting spells anyhow, so this gets me my spells up. quicker. It just kind of saves you XP at that point. Probably, definitely, almost certainly worth dropping the evasion ring for it. This looks like the entrance to vaults. That one Centaur warrior really wrecked my shit there. It's gotta be the entrance to vaults, right? There's just so much shit going on there. Yep, entrance to vaults, as you expect. Not quite ready for that, but eventually. I have my haste potions, so we can check my other potions out. Never using Berserk on a ranged character, so we can go ahead and drop that. Alright, down to floor 14. Pretty straightforward floor 13 there. Back up, something I gotta get in the way. It's kind of like the classic ranged setup too, is like go down a corridor, back up behind your guy and start fighting. Your guy gets like some very important power spikes, like a level 19 he gets a shield reflection I believe, which is very useful for vaults and such. Amulet of Magic Region, not relevant to me really. Amulet of Kindred is probably funny because like I am using alchemy. I believe chemistry buffs your alchemy, right? Which allows her to extract a small amount of magical energy from drinking potions, sure. Also increases power of alchemy spells, which is cool. So I am using a lot of alchemy spells, but I think I still prefer the acrobatics. Dude, where are you going? Friggin'... My ghost just like went down a different corridor trying to fight these guys. Like, that's a bad pathing decision. They just wrecked my guy. Oh, a helmet of resist electricity. Cool. I just bought a helmet, but I'll take a resist I didn't have before. Not super useful, but it'll be really, really useful in... Oh, these guys use electricity, don't they? Dingoes? Well, one of the casters do, but not these guys specifically. Alright, got my fighting up. Okay, so fighting manual is done. So we're going to do these two. We'll get dodging up to like 15 before we stop. And range weapons are probably just never going to stop. We need to get this triple crossbow fire in. Moonshine, go ahead and drop that. So I'm not a mana regen guy. Oop. I don't think I'm ever using that, so we can just go ahead and clear some space that way. So the thing I'm missing is just cold and resist corrosion, which I can get with my amulet and that ring that I found. So at that point, it's just AC, which I'm pretty weak at, but it's that's one of the problems with the range characters. Your AC sucks because you don't have strength to equip heavier armor. Oh, that's a lot of guys. Hello. I'm gonna pull you guys like that. I'm gonna mirror this Hydra. Nope, didn't work. The Hydra instantly killed the other Hydra. That's a lot of... Okay, this is the end of the dungeon. How many teleports do I have? Just 6? Yeah, I need a teleport from here. Yeah, I need my buddy to fight all that. Like, that's a lot of beef, and I'd just be sitting there taking so much damage fighting them. Especially with my my slow weapon delay right now, because I haven't maxed out this triple crossbow. Alright, let's see if I can get these guys to come out of here by popping a noise scroll. There we go. Fight these guys more one-on-one, have them coming through like that. Alright, leg potion, sure. Alright, well, we've cleared dungeon. I believe, because I have resist poison and a lot of damage, Snake Pit's probably the easiest at this point. We'll just swamp after that. I've got resist electricity too, which is a good resist here, because the shock snakes, shock serpents. Flame Wave, don't care about that. OTR is pretty bad here, as is Meth Cloud, but not really relevant for me at this point. I would like to... There's no Dimensional Bullseye, right? I haven't found... No. The spell I want to find more than anything right now is like Dimensional Bullseye. That's good enough spell to like offset my... I would stop learning range weapons so I could learn that, because it functionally doubles, or even better than doubles your damage, and lets you kill things from behind other things. Plus 3 boots of 6 int. It's definitely not better than this. This is regen and 3 int. It's got 2 AC, which is nice, but or 3 AC, which is nice, but the resistance and the regen's really useful. Alright, so this is kind of dangerous. So we're going to jump, summon, idealize. Set up some fulminate prisons. I should have MO scrolled here, I think. Still can. I've got resist fire and they don't. Is it time to use a blink? I've got 6 blinks, sure. I kind of walked myself into a dangerous situation there. Bunch of snakes. That's like a snake 4 level corner that I turned there, but oh well. Maybe use a couple more points of stealth, honestly. Pretty cheap. Some shops, okay. Resist fire, resist will 2, strength, dex 6. Okay, I have to get that ring, and okay, well, I think I have to get both these rings, right? These are both plus 6 dex rings, which is crazy damage. They give me all the resists I'm looking for. Damn, if I find a scroll requirement, I think I have to go for gold and pick these up, because holy crap, that's crazy. Plus 12 dex, resist corrosion, resist fire, resist cold, resist fire, resist will. Yeah, that's everything I need, really. No dimensional bullseye. That's the main thing I'm looking for. An amulet of regen MP. Resist electricity isn't the worst, but probably don't want that plus 4 dex also, but I don't want that resist cold negative, so probably not. Wait, what are you? Oh, invocations. Bit late for me to care about invocations. Kind of like the only invocation ability I... Ooh, artifact hat, though. That's interesting. This is pretty dangerous. Where's it poop me out? Having low AC against these guys who shoot really hard is tough. Even with your dodging, you'll just get hit and it hurts. Okay, so I definitely want that. I kind of want all the stuff in here. It is super dangerous, though. Like, the only thing I really would instantly change my day is potentially that artifact hat, but I'm gonna have all the resistances I need. Let's just continue on the snakes. I don't want to waste any more resources that I don't even know I have to spend yet. Ooh, Meliglati. Fairly dangerous enemy here. I'm gonna haste. Kill this guy fast before he summons too many demons. I'll go upstairs. There we go. That guy like warps the stage and like summons demons while doing it, and he just kind of keeps summoning demons, so you gotta kill him fast. +2 hat of sea invisibility. That's kind of worth holding on to. If I find like a better source of resist electricity, because it would increase my AC. Yeah, I don't have a better source, but if I do. Not a bad sword there. A bunch of guys. Let's jump, recall, back up a little bit. I'm gonna kill them more one at a time. Yeah, there we go. Get my hop back. I have like an on-demand blink like that is so powerful. I think, like I said, I think Barachi's like a top 3 or 4 race. Not a guys, but it's a corridor. Oh, there's a bunch of dudes. Jump to these stairs. I think I'm good, but just in case. Get my buddy. Then go back down the stairs. The jump is just so powerful. You just always have a... If you have an escape route behind you, it just lets you get out of the hairiest of situations. I don't think I need a ring or wizardry. We can actually start dropping some stuff. I don't need these, don't need this, because I'm going to buy a ring that has all that stuff on it. Top auto pick that stuff up. Oh, another teleport vault. Okay, let's see what's in there in a second. Alright, there's a big old annoying demon guy. I really need dimensional bullseye to handle this guy because he summons a bunch of jerks. Also, I don't even have the willpower for it. Damn. Artifact rings, interesting. A bunch of gold that I could definitely use because I have a bunch of rings I really want. 1,300 gold for those. Artifact scarf could be very useful. This one's super dangerous though. Just a bunch of guys I can't really fight if they're all ganged up on me like that. If I was like a melee character at this point in the game, like I could potentially just pop some potions to go in here and beat this guy's up, but as a ranged character, you don't have that benefit of like potions don't make you that much stronger. Might potions like a wasted ability on you. But pretty interesting. Honestly, an artifact ring isn't that interesting because I have like two really good artifact rings I can already buy. So I just want, the money is interesting because it gets me those two artifact rings, right? It's very unlikely that ring's better than the rings I've already got on the buy list, but we'll see. And one-shotting Guardian Servants like that's so nice. Well, let's idealize my guy here. Bunch of jerks. Oh, they still killed him right through that idealize, huh? We're jumped around this corner. Now that we're in a corridor, they can only hit us one at a time. Mysterion, okay, well, let's get behind my buddy. Oh, he just wrecked him, Jesus. I can... He summoned some demons and fought himself, very funny. Level 19 is my next big power spike on my ancestor, but despite being level 17, or basically level 18, that's actually a long way away because these levels come much slower as you level up. Let's idealize again. Let's turn this corner and then jump up here. We are in Snake 4, and it's like the end of Snake, so... I haven't found an artifact to crossbow, have I? Nope, okay. Always worth checking. Technically, OTR would be useful against those salamanders, but... I do so much damage with my crossbow, I might as well just shoot with that most of the time. At this point, my armor... every 3 points, so it's like worth it to get this up to 9. Ooh, that's bad. I've just been double nuked and my guy died. Well, he's not dead, but I'm gonna fog scroll here. Bring my guy with me so they'll shoot him maybe as I run. The swiftness so I can turn the corner. Heal. Don't have my hop back yet. Butterflies here. Yeah, I woke up a lot of guys and they all nuked me at the same time very hard, so. Ooh, alright. Let's go down a different entrance. Those guys, even though I've got resist fire, those guys hit so hard that the resist fire wasn't enough. I've got a lot of hit points at this point in the game too, because I have that fighting scroll, and I've got a +2 natural aptitude. But yeah, sometimes even in a place that you're pretty prepared for, things just go wrong at the wrong time, and what that was just a bunch of guys turned the corner and hit me all at the same time, and they had high damage rolls despite my resistances and my hit points, so that happens sometimes. That's one of the weaknesses of Barachi. Like, I turned that corner and so many guys saw me at the same time and then all blasted me. So I'm slow, so I lost a turn on that movement too, so they all instantly shot me. So you gotta be careful with. It's like the only downside of Oh, finally, some gloves. My first set of gloves. Get some AC out of that. Let's go. Much needed AC. So I haven't found another brand weapon scroll, but I mean, there's nothing better in the game than triple crossbow, so I'll keep upgrading it. Alright, that's snake done, so let's go swamp. If I can spell it correctly. I'm gonna do swamp, then I'm gonna maybe try to do those vaults. This is kind of dangerous, but I do so much damage, I just kind of blast through it real quick. Is that a distortion weapon you got there? No, Curare. Okay, I don't care about that. So the swamp worms aren't normally that dangerous, but when you're a ranged character who's kind of frail and melee damage, the fact they can pull you is pretty scary sometimes. Let's start clearing the stuff that I don't need. Can't ever see myself learning all these. Yeah, I'll keep those on there. I don't think I'm gonna learn them, but maybe. You find like 5 manuals, you know. Just like that, right? He pulled me into this dragon, now I'm in melee range, but we can jump away because we're Barachi. This is a low AC run. Like my previous 2 runs has a Minotaur who could equip super heavy armor, and a Gargoyle who naturally gets high AC. Now we're doing a low AC range run. Ooh, Globes of Fire. I don't have any fire magic, but it's worth keeping an eye on. I could get Sticky Flame online pretty quickly, but I don't think it's... I think I just do more damage by attacking than using Sticky Flame, so that's probably not worth it. That's a lot of guys. Let's OTR. Go up these stairs. Hop away from the trees so she can't regen. Heal up, and let's go down a different staircase. Of course, this staircase I was already in view of all those guys, but still fine. They get away from the trees before he berserks all the trees just like that. This is a good time for transference, so my guy's like not helping me here, but if I transfer him, now he is. And I can put all these guys in a little box away from me. And there we go. Much better. Gale's Grab Tambourine's so good on a ranged character. It's good on anything. It's probably the best evocable, but I didn't use it very much on my Minotaur run, I believe, just because I didn't need to. I just was I didn't want to get guys away from me the way I do on this character, right? I want guys away from me, and this is one of the best items, getting guys away from you. Got enough gold to buy that, which ring do I want to equip more? It's, ring of... So I had the 1381, this is will. So I already got a ring of willpower equipped, so that's definitely an instant upgrade, so let's go get that one first. There's an argument to be made on the, why don't I resist corrosion or resist cold, though? Well, the evasion's useful right now no matter what, but this is an immediate upgrade on this. But eventually I'm going to take that off and equip this. But I'm getting my dodging up currently. Nope. And armor's still very cheap. Probably get armor up to 12. AC is my biggest weakness right now. I mean, plus 6 dex is awesome, because, like, you can check my damage. 69 without it. Nice. 63, sorry, 69 with it, 63 without it. It's basically each dex is worth 1 point of damage on a triple crossbow, and it's actually going to get better as I get more skill, I believe. Oh, no, dex just multiplies the base damage. So, yeah, 1 dex is worth 1 damage. It's like slaying. A dex is basically worth a slaying, but it's also worth EV, right? If I take it off and equip it, it's worth 4 evasion, which is almost as much as an evasion ring. So, that other 6 dex ring also going to be a near immediate upgrade. That's going to give me a ton of damage. I could probably get a little more points in, like, maybe like 5 points in Evo, too. Got this Phantom Ear, and I've got really good evocables, so... And I'm probably never wearing an Amulet of Faith unless I was, like... Amulet of Faiths are much more interesting when you're doing, titles on the live version of the game, but I'm doing the local version, so not that worried about that. What's up, Big Lou? Just doing a little bit of non-Yu-Gi-Oh! Streaming. Get my head right after yesterday's miserable experience. Alright, a bunch of guys here. Let's jump away. Hello, Luis. Let's idealize my guy because he's taking damage and he's tanking for me right now. Idealize again. There we go. Luis almost always has an Evening Star, which is very cool, but not for this run. Evening Star's arguably the best mace weapon. Do not need an Amulet of Wild Sheep for sure. I'm gonna start picking those up. Yeah. Despite the fact this is like a very poison-heavy branch, there are a lot of guys who get poisoned by OTR in here. Alright, so this is the end vault of the swamps here. You can see it's not trees, which is a kind of a dead giveaway. But there's a bunch of guys here I don't want to wake up, so let's jump away, pull my guy towards me, and I want to fight them kind of one at a time. So, like, make some noise and kill. It's kind of like the ideal, because, like, now if they kind of come out of here, I'll see them and I'll shoot them. And here we go. My guy now gets his Tower Shield of Reflection and can now haste himself. He is now way stronger. I'm gonna idealize him now. Honestly, most range runs don't go this well. Like, getting an early triple crossbow is super nice. It was a very good, this guy's kicking my butt. Very good Minotaur gauntlet, dropping a triple crossbow for me. It's not really a complaint. The only complaint I have is it didn't come with a enchantment on it already, because now I need to find another brand weapon scroll. But I think I'm guaranteed a brand weapon scroll in Elf, so we'll eventually get there. Alright, so we've done Swamp. We've done Snake. Ooh, a treasure vault. What do you need? You want 2 scrolls of requirement. I haven't even found one, man! Asking for 2 scrolls of requirement, I don't even have one. Hot dog. Well, it might be worth it. If my first scroll of requirement is mediocre and I find a second one, I could maybe give it up for that. We'll see. But it's gonna be hard because, like, if I find a scroll of requirement, it's minimum gonna give me gold, and I have an incredible ring waiting on my gold right now. Alright, so we've done dungeon. Let's do vaults now, I guess. We're pretty well set up for vaults. The only thing I'm really missing for that is resist cold for the iron, or the cold-hearted. There's like there's these ogres who blast the walls with cold, but I have a ring of cold kind of hanging on. I've got resist fire already, so I can whip this, increase my AC, and get resist cold. Yeah, that's worth it. It's already got plenty of resist fire. Might equip that later, but yeah, now I'm actually pretty well situated. I've got all my resist except corrosion, which I can get at any time. Hopefully I find enough gold to get my new ring and vaults. I might want to get Ignite Poison just for Boggarts, just like this situation. Not really that good for casting it, but we get like 5 points of fire and get it up. That's an armor of resist electricity and resist cold, which would let me change out my hat for see invisibility, but that's just another 700 gold I don't have. Honestly, pretty reasonable item. Also gives me blink, which I would like to get the spell blink, but I haven't found it yet. Alright, that's the last enchant weapon scroll I need. My crossbow is now at maximum damage that I can get it before, besides branding it. 71's pretty insane. Alright, I'm away from taking a little damage, but I'm gonna idealize him. See, he's like kind of holding the door. Game of Thrones reference. Yeah, he just kind of. Once you get to level 9, once you get to level 19, it's got to become so much stronger. Plus 11 flail, huh? We are not flail users. Oh, Gel's Gavat. I'm gonna need that eventually. Should also get some translocations up eventually. Ooh. I've got 3 will. Yeah, we're good on will. Cool. Main thing I want is gold right now, because I have a really good ring I really want to get. Should have idealized my guys who didn't die there. That was my bad. That cloud's still good here, though. Use all these trolls, make them shoot each other. Oops. I meant to click identify on that, but I just clicked it to drink it, so, well, there goes my only cancellation potion. That sucks. Alright, this guy's annoying because he, like, sucks your mana, so you gotta get your spells out of the way quickly. Oh, that's that fun combo that that can show off. So if you Meth Cloud and you cast Ignite Poison, so the thing that Ignite Poison does is that anyone who's poisoned, it like transfers the damage into fire damage and like blows them up with a blast of fire, and it like doubles the damage of your poison and does it all instantly. So it's like really good at comboing with poison damage, but also turns poison clouds into flames. So you can cast Mephitic Cloud and cast Ignite Poison to make a fire cloud, which is like awesome, very very powerful. I'm gonna show it off right here actually. Bam. Fire Cloud. My buddy comes with resist fire naturally, so he's not. He still takes damage from it, but he's not like. You can throw the fire on him, and it's not the end of the world. Helmet of Sniping? If I ever get free resist electricity, that's also nifty. Nothing more easy? Okay. Vault's 1 done. And I found Malign Gateway, which I should put under my marker purchase later. Oh, not Malign Gateway, sorry. Wrong one. This is dangerous. These guys are going to stack up to a Mega Slime. I'm going to Swiftness out of here. Alright, it all worked out. There's a lot of jerks shooting at me. That's why OTR is really good on a range character like this. OTR is just a really good spell in general. It's like one of the best spells in the game for the mid game. And the early game even. But you have like 50 different guys who are shooting at you, but they're like kind of frail. A big spell that hits everyone at the same time, very useful. Let me keep leveling that up. Let's actually get a little bit more alchemy. Kind of like get these spells a little bit more consistent. Hopping around. Hello, Frederick. Here for the cost. I appreciate Big Blue. There's this guy. This guy's really annoying because like he summons a guy who blasts you for a bunch of damage. I don't really have a great way to deal with that. I don't have like a file of floods or anything. He has poison resistance, so I don't really want to do anything with that. I think what I want to do is just shoot him to death. Kill him before his guy blasts me to death. No, it's like, you know, oh, the solution is press the tab button, but like sometimes you gotta think like, what's my best option here given what this guy is? And there it was shooting him. Nice orb. Not relevant for me, but nice. No brand weapon scrolls, right? Alright, yeah, just making sure. I really love a brand weapon scroll on this heavy crossbow. Might have been a decent run for Gozak, but this, Eklikon Ancestor has been way too strong for me to... I don't think Gozak would have kept me alive in some situations that this guy's kept me alive in. It's just that good. Alright, this guy has summoned a Balrog, which is super freaking scary. Gale's Gravitamperine, it pulls everyone to a circle, to a little area, but also roots them, which makes your attacks more accurate. And the biggest downside of a triple crossbow is it's slow to hit, so if you miss, it's very, very bad. But if you can root them and make your accuracy, like basically tear their evasion down to 0, and almost guarantee your hit. Oh, brand weapon scroll, let's go, awesome. It's a huge power spike for us. Okay, well, Triple Crossbow of Chaos is actively bad, but I'm not going to stop using the best weapon I've got, because I got a really unlucky brand. Really need to find another brand weapon scroll, really badly. I guess it's not that big a deal, because, like, the worst... So, a Chaos brand is... It does what it says on the tin, it's Chaos. It has, like, a million different effects it can do, but sometimes it can... The worst case scenario is, like, it hastes or mites or berserks enemies, but it can also, like, debuff them or, like, do a lot of damage sometimes. And... Technically, if I hit someone, there's like a good chance they're dead. So if like I hit someone and it hastes them, it's kind of not the end of the world because that means I hit them and they're very likely to be hurt. So it's not like the worst Chaos brand I've ever had. But I would, as soon as I find another brand weapon scroll, I'm using it. I'll put it that way. I think it's technically like a decent damage brand on average, but the average doesn't matter. What matters is when you haste a very dangerous enemy and it gets you killed. Oh, here, hey, another brand weapon scroll. Thank you. Immediately. Okay, freezing is the ideal brand. Freezing is a percentage-based damage brand, so definitely using that one. Percentage-based damage is what you want on a high damage weapon. A fast weapon, weapon with low damage, you want a flat damage brand on, like lightning or draining. On a high damage weapon, you want like flaming and freezing because they're percentage damage based. So they scale with the base damage of your weapon. Freezing Cloud would be very good, but I don't really want to put the XP into it. I mean, I need to save my money, but that's actually probably worth buying if I get enough money for that after my other stuff. Just because, like, I've already trained up Prophetic Cloud, which is Conjuration and Air, which is the same thing that... I found a translocation manual, that's good. Let's go ahead and learn Passage of Galubria. It's a good getaway tool. I just want to learn translocation up to like 15 at that point then. So this is going to be super cheap. So Passage of Galubria is awesome because like it makes a portal. If you step through it, it teleports you. It's the closest thing in the game to like controlled teleport. It and Gavat, which I can't get yet, but I'm not far away from. Alright. There we go. And we're done with Vaults 2, so let's go down to Vaults 3. I'm close to maxing out my delay, or minimizing my delay too, so that's good. I don't need scrolls to identify anymore, so go ahead and drop those, save space. Not that space is real anymore, but easy dex choice there. So they're all going to come running around the side, so let's get in this corner here and shoot the best they come around the side. Hello, Marge. That's annoying. Let's idealize my guy. I'm going to transference him with this guy. So he kills Marjorie. There we go. Perfect. Alright, so this guy has like, he comes equipped with, you can see that little arrow symbol on the top right. That means he's got like a deflection, so he's like really, really good at not getting hit by ranged weapons. I still hit him and killed him, but like, super annoying on a character like this in particular. Don't quite have the money I need, but we're getting there. Ooh, Slojabo. Slojabo is super high evasion, and he also has that... No, he doesn't. Right? Oh, he does. Okay, so... I'm not sure I want to fight that guy. There's nothing in here. If I had Dimensional Bullseye, where I could like hit him with Dimensional Bullseye and then shoot someone else and kill him, that'd be great, but I haven't found it yet, right? No, not yet. It's not in my spell list, correct? Nope. Yeah, he's kind of a pain in the butt. Lost my buddy there, but I don't lost my buddy because like all the slimes ganged up and hit him really hard, but once I get to a larger area where they can split up, not so bad. And manual stealth, not relevant. Nope, nothing here. Really, I'm really sad I haven't found Dimensional Bullseye yet. Very important spell on a ranged character, but making do without it because I found a really good weapon, I guess, instead. Sort of the trade-off there. I suppose I'll take a good triple crossbow over a Dimensional Bullseye on a ranged character any day. Unless it's a crawlin, then I feel bad. Alright, that's Vault's 3 done, except for Slowbow. Or Sojabo, sorry. I keep thinking Slowbow's like a comic character. Can't quite afford my ring yet, but we're close. Let's jump away from this guy. He's gonna start hitting me, and I don't like getting hit. I haven't found anything like super good, right? Just that armor, yeah. 1232 is what I need on that ring, right? Ring of... No, it was the other one. Yeah. Plus 6 dex is what I want, not the corrosion resistance. Or the wizardry, whatever. This is kind of dangerous. Yeah, that's much better. Let's idealize, keep them alive here while I kill all these guys. There we go. I found a better R poison. Yeah, this book was very handy. That's away. These guys are gonna start blasting hexes at me. Oh. I know it's a game-winning spell, but we're not really that, set up to cast that. That guy locked the door and left and kept my guy out. That's pretty funny. I think they can haste himself and like actually hits really hard now. Is really awesome. Oh, we're at 1,300. I think by the time I finish this floor, I'll have just enough money to get that ring, right? It's 1377, so we're pretty close. A couple more piles of gold and we're there. Hey, a gun! Plus 0, but worth keeping an eye on, because like if I get enough enchant weapon scrolls, another brand weapon scroll or whatever, and I find a really good shield, it'd be worth it to equip that shield. Right now, I've just got a mediocre shield. It's not worth it. Alright, not quite enough money, but we can go to Elv now. Elven Halls. Find the rest of the money I need. Oh, there's slow, solo. Sojibo over there. Oh, we'll do that after Elf. Yeah, almost got my triple crossbow, 1 level away. OTR are really good against elves because they are made of flesh and blood, and poison's good against those kind of guys. Oh no, more shops. Okay, nothing in here I care about. Yards on Vial and Unraveling is actually very good, but not relevant right now. Bring my see invisibility. Scarf resistance isn't the worst, but I don't have any other poison resistance, so no. Alright, nothing that's going to distract me from my true calling, that one ring that I really want. The one ring. 1326, 1342. I'm gonna get my guy with a reflect shield in there. All these off archers who are like also like they have deflect arrows, so you can't shoot them very well and they can shoot you. But throw my reflection guy in there, and like he's got a shield of reflection equipped, so he like, hey, Big Lou, you subscribed on Twitch. Cool, thanks. That's my 2nd subscription ever on Twitch. Ooh, a longbow. A bit late in the game to get that, but a pile of money is awesome. I need to go do those snake vaults too. I'm probably strong enough to do those at this point. Heavy longbow. So a couple of longbows. Longbows are like in competition. They attack much faster than the triple crossbow, but they don't hit nearly as hard. I kind of put the XP needed to make triple crossbow better at this point. But if I had 9 more enchant weapon scrolls and 2 more brand weapon scrolls, it might be worth it. I do have the money I need now, so let's go. Let's clear this level up just so say it's done. And go get that awesome ring. Also, I have these rings of Dex that are like incredible, and Dex is higher scaling with his higher base damage weapons, so we'll stick with that. Also get some more resist version, so I lose my 5 EV, but if I equip this new ring, because of the high Dex, I get 3 EV. So it's not even that bad. Don't need this anymore. Alright, so I think I can just brute force this at this point. I'm so much stronger than these guys. Like my crossbow's doing like nearly twice as much damage at this point because I've got the skill and the enchantment up. What's the stat say? Resist poison. Hey, +4 int too. That's actually not bad. If I ever find a really good cloak, I'd equip this instead of this helmet of resist electricity, because I believe there was actually another snake vault, right? In here? Yeah. Once again, I think I can just brute force this one. I'm gonna haste just because this one's a little more scary, and pop an enlightenment because this guy has like a... Yeah, worth it. Not really worth it. Resist fire, strength not really relevant. Bad ring, yeah. But hey, bunch of money. It was very unlikely for these to be better, but hey, it's worth checking out. Third resistance, not the worst. I've got 2 resist negative. That's room for my boots, right? Yeah. I probably want a 3rd resist negative for late in the game because I'm fighting orbs of entropy, and those are resist negative and resist corrosion based, so you might as well have that 3rd resist negative, but don't need it currently, so we're good. I haven't felt like any good, really good body armor, right? I spent 700 on this. That'll give me the last point of resist cold, or that'll give me resist electricity, and then I can equip this hat. It'll let me change my cloak, but what cloak would I replace it with, right? Yeah, there's not really a better cloak hanging around. Worth keeping an eye out, though. Alright, so I've cleared those up. Let's go back to Elven Halls. The biggest weakness right now is AC. But it's kind of hard to get better AC on a ranged character. So just gotta live with it. So I haven't found the most important spell, but... oh well. Oh, Gavat. Which one do I have? 425. Gavat was like 500. I'll get it later, but definitely getting it. Let's get evocations up to like 12 too, so I can not fail idealize anymore. And I got the manual, so it's like pretty cheap. Alright, it's like 5.3, yeah. Also got a manual on it. Alright, I am now at minimum delay with my triple crossbow, which is awesome. 1 point short of maxing out the skill, but hey, that's what you need to get a triple crossbow online, and that's what I got. Alright. Hopefully this will work out just like my gargoyle run. I won't die on my first try. It's funny that my most lucky run of all these ones that I've streamed is that first Minotaur run that I died in shoals on like a very easy enemy set just because I was not paying attention. Classic. That's really what Crawl is, though. It's very much about threat assessment and paying attention to your threats. You got a sword of distortion or something? Yeah. Don't let that guy hit you. I'll send you to the abyss. After this, I might try a 15 rune run and show off the late game. Haven't done that yet. I did show off slime in that gargoyle run, right? Because I was really strong. There's some enchant weapons if I ever need them. Oh wow, a freaking quick blade of distortion. That's like a late game weapon I've ever seen one. Holy crap. Not for this character, but some character would really appreciate that. That's all I'm saying. Alright. We've got Dispersal. We can get that online. That's awesome. Dispersal is so good. Matter of fact, we're gonna get translocations up to like 18, just so Dispersal is a no failure rate here. I guess at that point I can get another point in spellcasting, because spellcasting is pretty cheap comparatively. Might as well get the mana out of it. And that was all the other spells I've learned. Alright, so Elf Halls. I've got 8 Revelations, so let's definitely use Revelation here so I can find the End Vault. Alright, so the End Vault is definitely up here in the top right. There's only one path into it, so we can explore the top left with impunity here. Sometimes there's 2 paths into it. Bunch of shapeshifters in here, huh? The old shapeshifter room. These are mutagenic clouds. They mutate you. They malmutate you if you step into them. So don't step into them. Malmutate being malicious mutation, which is bad. Yeah, this is like if you ever heard of NetHack, this is kind of in the same vein. Though I think this is like the improved version of NetHack. It takes what everyone loves about NetHack and kind of makes it a much more playable experience, is what I would say. Much less finicky. Though I'm sure NetHack lovers would tear into me for saying that. I've played plenty of NetHack, mind you, so I'm not saying NetHack's bad. NetHack's a pioneer and very interesting for what it did, but is that an armor improvement? Nope. AC is the only stat I really care about right now. This is a true roguelike. A lot of things are called roguelikes, but this is like a true, actual, just like Rogue roguelike. But a more elegant game, let's put it that way. Oh, hey, Inkow. New message. I'm guessing you just popped in because you saw either the message I put in the Discord, or maybe you just saw someone streaming Crawl. So Elf Halls are kind of dangerous because like there's just a bunch of really powerful casters in here, and they'll have like these guys who are immune to getting shot or whatever. So I idealize my buddy here so he doesn't die. Shoot that guy. I do just do a shit ton of damage though, so this guy's kicking my butt. I'm gonna jump away. Get my guy back here. So this is like the nice thing about Elf Halls is like it almost always has a corridor leading into the most dangerous part. And when you have a Happily Aklikana ancestor like this, you can just clog the way like that. And when he's dead, you go down this like out here. Wait till he respawns, go back up the stairs, and hey look, there's a bunch of guys in the corridor. You actually Meth Cloud this, and then Ignite Poison here. Yeah, so Elf Hall has a bunch of nice loot, even though it's not required to win the game. There's no runes or anything in it. But you want to come here for the nice loot. Also, all the elves are... Let's drop an Idealize... Ooh, I've already idealized him, that's right. Okay, so... Alright, so who's the most dangerous person right now? It's probably this... Elf Archer here. I can't really get to him. I'm gonna shoot the Annihilator. I've got resist cold, so I'm not too worried about these Horfrost cannons right now, even though they're annoying. I can kill this guy now. You really want to kill the guys who hit really hard, which is like the Annihilators and the Elf Archers. Alright, so the Annihilators are kind of getting in range of me, so I'm going to jump back here. Oh, my guy's dead. Okay. Well, perfect time to heal up. Heal up. Get back down the scaler. Oh, go up the stairs again while this guy... Ooh, halo. That guy is kicking my butt. So, there we go. Jump away. Heal up. One-shot that guy, very funny. I hit hard enough to one-shot these guys with my trip crossbow. Like, they don't have that much hit points. These guys are all fairly frail, but there's a lot of them. They hit hard themselves. It's like the glass cannon store over here. Yeah, 63 hit points, and I do 86 damage, plus that's not even counting my ice damage that I do on top of that. think I've cleared out most of them because they're not coming after making all that noise. There's still a couple hanging out in the actual treasure rooms like there usually is, but... Oh, there's a couple guys. Got my translocation skill up. Dodging and fighting at this, or dodging and armor are pretty important at this point. Already got really good fighting. It's like my dispersal. So dispersal's awesome. I kind of want to show it off, but I need to find like a guy who fights in melee to do it. Nothing right there. Versus a Zot trap. Annoying. No one in here? Nope, no one in here. Okay. Bioclutch would have been great to learn earlier. Oh, I found Gavat. That's good. So we can go ahead and learn Gavat too. This is one of the best translocation spells. So I'm going to show you how this spell does. So this spell, you point it in a direction, and it teleports you and everything on the screen in that direction. But if there's like walls in the way of your enemies, they'll slam into the wall. And function that means if you can like position yourself correctly, you can teleport a bunch of spaces in a specific direction, and the enemy doesn't. It's just a really good getaway spell. It's actually worth getting my translocations up more so it doesn't ever miscast too. My hit's pretty low, so like on a different character, like an actual spellcaster who has intelligence, unlike me, this would already be enough for Gavat, but not for me. I need to actually put a bunch of XP into it. But it's worth it. I still can't believe I've never found Dimensional Bullseye, though. That's like the ultimate range character spell, but... Oh, I did find it! Okay, hold on. We did amnesia some stuff. Get rid of... Might have just found it, too, but we can go ahead and amnesia. I mean, I found it earlier and just glossed over it, but Dimensional Bullseye is the go-to... range character spell. The way this works is you basically target any enemy that you can see in range, which is 8, which is a lot of range. And now, anytime you shoot a different enemy, you also double your shot against the enemy you targeted with this. So functionally what this says is, target an enemy, they're going to die if you shoot anyone else. So it doubles your damage, and it doubles your amount of shots, which is incredible on a character who has a really high damage, low attack speed weapon. But it's just good on any range character. It's the main reason you want to be a range character, honestly. It's the best spell for you when it comes to DPS. So hopefully I can show off how it works in a second. I'm going to do that in depths, I suppose. Still got to do depths. Alright, yeah, let's go do depths. So I've got the entire suite of translocation spells here. So you got Patch of Glubria, Dispersal, Gel's Gavat, and Dimensional Bullseye. These are like the go-to translocation spells. I've got the full list, and I think my resistances are all good. So the only thing I'm really missing right now, like I've said before, is AC. So I guess I really should just train my armor up. Even though it's like not super efficient, it's only 4 per. Yeah, let's just train armor up. I got good evasion, but... Ooh, coins being counted. I have no money. I've spent all my money, game, on these cool rings. Alright, well there's 2 things. And if, the thing about a bazaar is it doesn't take too much time, so you can do a bazaar and still have time to do other stuff. So I think it's up here. So this is... So this is the funeral. This is the funerary rites. So this is probably the bazaar over here on the left. Alright, this is a good example. So I'm gonna Dimensional Bullseye this guy. So if I shoot this guy, you see how this guy took damage? I'm gonna Dimensional Bullseye this guy. Oh, here's the bazaar. Never mind. So I'm gonna shoot this guy, and this guy takes damage, right? And it's like, it just makes you do so much more damage. It's just so good. Let's get this money that's hanging on the ground here. Well, no, I don't have the time. I definitely don't need any weapons. Don't need any of these spells. Any manuals that matter? Nope. Manifold Assault, not relevant on this character, but would it be fun on a different character? No weapons that matter. No weapons that matter. Alright, cool. So, nothing to worry about in this bazaar. Let's go up to these funerary rites. This, necropolis is what they're called. Dimension Bullseye is also very, very effective against high evasion enemies. Because you can target an high evasion, because I think what it says is like a different enemy matching projectile will teleport their target. So it's like a way to like continuously hit someone who has high evasion very efficiently. Alright, so here's a Necropolis. Necropolis is almost never worth doing, but I'll check it out, right? So what do we got here? We got Slimy Fire Dragon Skulls. Almost certainly not wearing that unless they're the craziest. Oh, that's a good ring. That's Fire, Negative, Will, Int, but -4 Dex is never worth it. I do need Teleport Scrolls. I got Resist Cold, so I'm not that worried about this vault. This is a really easy vault. I just do this one for the XP, to be honest. Ooh, they blew up my guy really fast, though. Maybe I shouldn't have been so gung-ho about this. So here's where we can show off Gavote. So I'm going to put Gavote this way. But because the enemy will walk, like basically if you imagine all of us teleporting in this direction, he'll hit this wall and I won't. So he's still stuck there. There we go. I've gotten away from the majority of enemies. Yeah, Vampire Survivor is like kind of gets like the roguelite title because it's like, but it's not really procedurally generated. But it's you pick up gear kind of, and it's more RPG elements than anything. But yeah, there's sort of low fidelity to Vampire Survivors that kind of gives it the same vibes. Poke a Dragon Boy, huh? Well, you're a Felid, so you're not very strong at this point in the game, yeah. Oop, hello. It's summoned a freaking Malign Gateway. So Malign Gateways will just fucking kill you. Don't ever fight near the one. Let that thing fade. I don't care how strong you are. Malign Gateway will just kill you. There we go. Alright. Not the worst ring, but obviously not relevant here. Helm Intelligence, I don't think I'm going to wear, but we'll see. +1, yeah, just +1 Fire Dragon Skulls with some int on it, not very good. So these vaults are very dangerous because like there's Moths of Wrath in them. These guys are usually carrying like super dangerous weapons. These guys aren't, right? Juggernauts are dangerous. Oh, this guy's not very dangerous though. No spell. It's like Nazra's all-purpose. Yeah. Yeah, spell he can't even use. The only thing in here is like I could honestly probably win this one pretty easily, but I don't know. This one's kind of scary. A lot of guys in here and not much gear, honestly. Listen to Metal, nice name. This is a very high damage spellcaster. Never found a Radiate, that would have been a good one. I could probably win this one if I like open, hop, idealize, then bull this guy and shoot. I'm getting blasted by something. This guy right here? Okay, hold on. Let's Gavote. Bunch of invisible guys that are annoying me here. I'm going to double up my buddy because he can shoot invisible guys. There we go. So Phantom Mirror is very fun because it can double anyone on the screen, including your own ancestor, which is probably the strongest ally you've got. You can't double up yourself, obviously, but other than that, really strong. Didn't have to use anything here but my own spells, which is kind of the idea, right? Get some money that I'm in desperate need of. Anything else interesting here? The problem with this one, this is a portal vault. So I would teleport in, say, you know, pop my noise scroll to make sure everyone comes to one side. So I would teleport in here. These guys would all have to come around this corner. I'd probably beat that, right? These guys have a very low chance to berserk me. So I want to Curare Dart this guy. I want to Dimensional Bullseye this guy. So he dies. Here's where Dispersal comes in. Oh, I killed him, never mind, didn't matter. Alright, here's where Dispersal comes in. See, this guy is very dangerous. He hits very, very hard with anti-magic, and he's berserk, so he's going to hit even harder. But if I press the Dispersal button, he gets teleported away from me. Okay, well, he's supposed to get teleported away from me, but he's teleported right next to me. That's not right. Something's wrong here. That is not how I've known this spell to work. So now I'm in trouble. I'm teleporting out of here. Yeah, that's not supposed to work that way. Like, something went wrong here. Oh, I'm dead. Yeah, I'm not going back in there. That was very unusual. So just, let me read Dispersal wording. Teleports away any creature within a short distance of the caster. Any creature with the will to resist irresistibly blink a shorter distance. But he blinked to another square adjacent to me. They're supposed to be blinked away, not... Maybe it was because it was in a portal vault or something. I don't know. Oh, you know what might have happened is he failed the overall will save to get randomly teleported, and he randomly teleported right next to me, which is like a 1 in... I don't know how many tiles are on this map, but I'm going to say like 300. Like a 1 in... So there was like 5 spaces he could have appeared on. Sorry, 3 spaces, because there's already one guy in the other space. So there's only 3 spaces he could have appeared on. So it's like 3 spaces and a 300. So it's like a 1 in 100 chance I got screwed there. Oh well. I'm not going back in there. Already wasted a blink scroll. No point in doing that again. I was trying to show off Dispersal. I was like, oh yeah, I can handle this with Dispersal. But no, not when you get really unlucky like that against a really dangerous blinking guy. You see, I'm constantly like pressing Dimensional Bullseye, so like even when I shoot these other guys, I'm just getting free kills. I really won't see invisibility because it's been really annoying. I have access to it, but it's really obnoxious to change it in fight, especially when my rings are so valuable. There is that... There's that armor, but... Basically what I need is resist electricity, and I can equip the resist electricity armor. As resist electricity, resist poison, 3 will, I would lose a lot of MP and a little dex, but I've got a lot of dex, that's probably worth it. And I could change out my cloak. Well, that's the thing about that look. So I'm not really that insistent about it in Crawl, because Crawl is just like a game that is designed to run you into a million situations where you could have 1 in 100 bad luck, and then how do you survive it, right? I barely survived it, but I did. Yugi is a little different, where I'm drawing Mignon 5 games in a row in a 60-card deck. So yeah, that's a resist electricity, resist poison, and a bunch of will. That's probably worth it, right? Let's go pick that up. And I can put the C invisibility hat, which will actually increase my AC a little bit, I think. It's the +2. But I think this will overall decrease my AC, because this is only a +2, and this armor I have is better. And losing MP kind of sucks. It's not that big a deal. I lost a little AC there. Now I equip the C invisibility hat. Same AC, which is fine. I don't think I'm ever equipping this, or this. Have I found any cool amulets? This is a cool amulet. +4 dex. not crazy or anything. This gives me see invisibility. I am missing a resist cold after that though, because this was resist cold and this isn't. How much do I need my other resist colds though, I guess, right? Not that much. Let's a +1 pair of gloves. Let's fucking buff that. My AC a little bit. Alright, so... Sorry for the slowdown on the stream here, I'm just trying to, like, gauge my options. This gives me resist cold and resist corrosion, and, like, I'm not getting a whole lot of this acrobat anymore, so this would... Also, faith isn't the worst. I've already got resist corrosion from my, rings, but, I mean, I've worn those rings anyhow. Like, so, this is basically 16% cold damage resistance and faith for acrobat. That's probably not worth it, no. Acrobat helps me run away at the very least. I don't think I need this anymore. I've got better resist fire gear for this. I've got resist poisoned, so if I have incidental resist poison, I might as well get a different cloak that does something else. Like, you know, some stealth, sure. If you already got resist poison, you might as well. Now, I'd hope to find a better, like, artifact cloak or something. I could equip this Scarf of Resistance. I would lose 3 AC though, and AC is my most important stat right now, so probably not. Yeah, changing out my helmet also kind of made my armor skill a little bit less effective, but not by much. I haven't found any really good party armor otherwise, right? Like nothing in the medium range that's worthwhile. This is kind of interesting, but nah. Yeah, nothing that stands out really. The invisible would be really helpful in depths. A lot of liches and stuff who turn invisible. I still haven't found a single acquirement scroll this entire game. That's actually really unlucky. Finding 0 acquirement scrolls, it's not a guaranteed item or anything, but like, finding 0 is very unlucky. Let's hop away real quick. I can't, like, it's not really obvious when I'm fighting, but like, I can't explain how much Dimensional Bullseye helped there. It's like, this guy is super dangerous. Now I can Dimensional Bullseye him, shoot this guy up here, and this guy's going to slowly die while I do it. Okay, well, I missed my shots on him, but every time I try to like stop and explain it, it's like, oh, it doesn't work that well. But very good. This is a big old... Ooh, hello! A Hood of the Assassin. That's not good. Wait, what's the text say? Detect. Allows wearer to sense nearby creatures. That's not see invisibility. I don't care. This is a +2 hood that gave me see invisibility and a bunch of other stuff. That'd be nice, but no. I'm not a stabber, so I'm not using that very well. Or are these boots? +1 boots? Yeah, I'm never changing out these boots. Oh, whoa, 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 whoa. Artifact crossbow? Or... No, regular triple crossbow, okay. I see triple crossbows so rarely, and I look at them so rarely, because I'm very rarely playing range characters, that like when I see one, it's like, oh, is that an artifact? Nope, just regular. But the Enchantress is very dangerous, so I need to Dimensional Bullseye her. Well, there's no one else to shoot. Damn it. Oh, she could drop really good gear here, though. So she always drops a very particular set of armor called Fairy Dragon Scales, which always has unique benefits to it. Hey, Sebad Disguise Epe? Sebad Disguise Epe? I'm trying to like figure out how to pronounce your name. Call you Sebad, I guess. No, I don't play online because I like to use my mouse. That's it. That's literally the reason why I don't play online. It's the same game either way, though, right? I'm not a big Seba. Sure, we'll go with Seba. It's not a big deal either way because like the only thing that you get online is titles and like I guess bragging rights. But I like my mouse. That's the main reason. So this is giving me minus resist cold, which I don't want really, because that's kind of like the one resist I'm trying to shore up. Plus 4 is really good though. It would increase my AC by 7, and my EV would still be the same. And it gives me the resist corrosion that the armor is also giving me. I'd have to equip my resist poison cloak again, but that'd be fine. Can I make this work? Can I find some resist cold somewhere? I've got my amulet that I'm not equipping. That's just another. That's probably good enough, right? So, hold on. Let's make sure we're not fighting enemies before we back off here. Let's go up a floor. Old school roguelike player would kill you. So I'm not sure how much more old school I can be in Crawl. I've been playing Crawl since you were victory dancing. I've been playing Crawl for a very long time, but I've always played the local version, which had the mouse option, right? Alright, so I can probably make this work. So I'd have to re-equip my resistant electricity helmet, which is fine. I can live without seeing invisibility active. Let's equip this fairy dragon scales. Let's drop this armor here because So I've lost my willpower, but I've got a +2 willpower ring, so it's not a big deal either way. Go ahead and drop these. Equip this, get my resist poison back, drop this. Alright, so then I just have to equip this faith amulet, which is fine. I don't have any other good RC plus, right? Mike is very quiet. Is it? I've never had people get a little close to my face. Is it better now? Or is it just like quiet compared to my music? I can turn my music down, but OBS says I'm like much louder than my music, so I don't know. Wouldn't be hard to pop up the gain on my mic though. Is that better? Can you hear me now? A little louder. It's going to the yellow on my OBS. Yeah, I'm much louder now. But I think that might be a little too loud sometimes, but maybe we'll see. I don't. My guess is like people who watch my stream regularly and are used to my volume have turned my volume up, and now they're going to hear me and I'm going to sound much louder. It was never a problem of changing my gain or whatever, but I can make it really loud, but yeah, that's probably too loud. I think staying in the yellow in OBS seems to be what everyone wants, so we'll stay there. Alright. Alright, so any other resist cold that I can get to very easily. I don't want to change up my rings. Really, I never thought I was that quiet. Like, I play D&D and stuff, and I run as a DM and stuff, and people have never had an issue with my volume there, but maybe it's just an OBS interpolation thing. Who knows? Alright, that's the only real resist cold that I have available, because I'm not putting in an armor. Yeah, I mean, one resist cold is good enough for most of the game. Like, the only really cold-heavy enemies would be orbs of frost or orbs of winter, and I've got orbs of entropy, so one resist cold is probably going to be good for anything else. So I think we're set up. We've got every resist maxed out except will. Do I have any incidental will that I could grab and put somewhere? Not really, right? Yeah, it's just on armor, and I've already got good armor on. Fairy Dragon Scales are awesome because it's like really good AC, really low encumbrance rating. So you see my AC is now 25 when it was like 17 before. It also makes training my armor much more effective. Goes back to 0.4. I did have to go up C invisibility, so I'm never changing my rings. These rings are way too good with a 6 dex. So I'm just going to have to live with invisible enemies and my ghost beating them up. Because that's one of the nice things about Happily at Klakana is this guy just beats up invisible enemies for you. Alright, let's go back down to the depths. I think we're set up. I think this is like this build's basically done. I just have to win the game now. Get my third rune. Robe of Misfortune. Yeah, we're not equipping you, buddy. Harm, slow, corrode, evasion 5. It's kind of harm's actually pretty interesting on a range character like this where you do so much damage, but I never like harm because like in the situations where you get got, it's not worth it. Ooh, evocation scroll. That's worthwhile. I think I'm still just sticking with leveling up my armor. Let's get armor to like 20. Let's get fighting up to 20. Let's get dodging up to 20. These are just my defenses. I need defense. That's my biggest weakness right now. I've got pretty much everything else settled, right? Gavote. How many squares am I moving on Gavote right now? I'm moving 4. That's good. 5 would be nice, but that's a lot of XP. Yeah, let's just get my defenses up. That's the nice thing about Barachi is like all your aptitudes are good, so even when you're doing a multi-aptitude build like this, it's pretty strong. So this is a really bad staircase. I need to be doing my Dimble here. Kill the guys behind me. Let's jump here. This might be a dispersal angle. Yeah, let's disperse. Let's move so we're not on top, like, baiting guys into this trap. Alright, cool. Sorry, just had to tap out for a second. Alright, back to the game. Yeah, we're kind of at the point in the game where you've got a fully enchanted triple crossbow, and like you just do so much damage you can kind of kill everything. You just kind of press the tab button. Even though we're not a melee run, this kind of turned into a tab run. I've got the best armor I could imagine. Okay, so this is dangerous. So this is a lich. This guy's got a what percent chance to petrify me? 7%. How many enlightenment potions? I only got 4. That's probably not worth it. So let's dimble this guy. When I say dimble, I mean dimensional bullseye, which is the target a guy. When you shoot someone else, you shoot them spell. Gloves of parrying. That's technically better than what I've got. Though I think it doesn't. If shields. Yeah, this doesn't actually do anything because I never do a melee attack, so it's actually irrelevant. Do I have any other better gloves on the floor? Gloves of fire magic. I technically have a fire spell, but I don't really use it that much anymore. I still have not found an acquirement scroll. That's wild. Maybe there's one in that ice cave that I didn't do. Stop going invisible. I don't want to swap my rings. Back up a little bit. All right. Is my dimble? Yeah. Pop power increases accuracy. This might be worth it to like get my hexes up a little bit too, just so the accuracy is better. Especially, increasing accuracy is the same thing as increasing damage, because more often hitting is more average damage. At this point, like, I kind of got my build online, so my XP is just kind of going wherever. Let's hit the guy. Alright, depths 2 done. I don't think this is too dangerous. Fire dragons used to be dangerous, but not anymore. Let's definitely mark up that lich. Mark up this guy. Let's hop away. Dimble a guy. Dimble this guy because he's right next to me. The Virachi hop is so powerful, man. This might be like the second best race in the game behind Knowles. I guess Felids are the best race because like the death mechanic is like the better you are, the better it is, so it's technically the best. But like, man, the hop is so good. I can't stress enough, like... It's just blink. It's just blink. Like, I don't even... I never found blink. Yeah, I never found the basic blink spell. That's crazy. That's crazy. Alright. Depths 3 done. Final level of depths. Then we do vaults. And then we win the game. Or do Zot, then win the game. Alright, that's a Draconian. Kill the fancy shirt Draconians. Kill anyone who's got a purple aura on them. Let's hop back here, so we're in a corridor. One last thing about Heavy Aquilcana is it's like a really low Invo God. Despite the fact that I put 12 points in, you can get away with just like 7 or 8. It's pretty low. It's not like a 0 Invo God like Gozag, but it's pretty low and it's universal. Like the things that Heavy Aquilcana gives you are all good. And they're good for any character. A super powerful summon who's always by you is always good on every character. I can see him, Biz. Okay, I game. Alright, there's the Zot entrance, but I do not have my third rune. We have cleared the depths for the most part. Let's clear this last little area. Bunch of fire guys next to hell. Alright, that's a Hellion. Alright, cool. Ooh. What's in that book? Summon horrible things. Just want to pick it up just so I can have it. Swap rings. See, like, you could, like, swapping rings is so much easier when you got a mouse, man. Why play a worse version of the game? That's all I'm saying. Alright, so we've got everything. The only thing we really left to do is, I could do crypt too, but don't really have to worry about that. Let's do vaults. Gotta get the last silver rune. That in here, right? That was decent armor, but... Now let's see if there's a hatch down the vault. Ooh. There's a... Oh, this guy, yeah. I'm gonna disperse you. I don't like you being next to me. I'm gonna disperse again. I forgot I left that guy kind of just hanging out there. Ooh. I think you press Control O. Alright, there we go. And now, there are no easy ways down. So we're going to buff up. How many haste potions? Like only 5? Let's invis Enlightenment just in case. And let's drop 1 haste, sure, and I'll go down. Actually, let's press teleport, because I don't want to... I'm not the kind of character who can fight this very easily. So I'm going to teleport, bring our guy back, and then clear this corner. Oh, we teleported into a corner. That's perfect. Couldn't be better, honestly. Bring my guy back. Kind of want to stay like in the middle of this top row right here, because like guys can come from either side, but they can only come two at a time, and I can kill them faster than they can come at me. Clear out this corner really well. That guy makes a lot of noise with the lightning, so probably gonna bring a lot of guys to me. They did kill my buddy, so let's run away a little bit. Give him some chance to come back. Ow, that guy hit me with a rock. What a jerk. And there's the silver rune. If I was turn counting, I would leave right now, but we're not turn counting. We're trying to... I didn't come here not to kill everyone in this room. I would like one more point of will if I could get it, but... You know, beggars can't be choosers. Zitahua is actually pretty dangerous, that dragon I just killed, but... That's the glory of Hepliak Lakana. Fought this guy in a corridor. He was taking damage from both me and my buddy. Ooh, artifact leather armor, not very... +5 is actually pretty good. But it would decrease my AC still. This is Gloves of Fire. You know what? +2. Technically an improvement. It makes my Ignite Poison slightly better, even though I'm probably never casting it again. I wandered I kind of auto-explored my way back to the center, but everyone's cleared out since they saw me teleport away. I've got places to retreat to now, so it's not that big a deal. Who just Hellion Blast? Who just helped? Okay, we're backing up. We're going in here. We're calling our buddy back. Get back here. We're going to the middle here. They saw me go down here. Kind of a crappy vault so far, honestly. Not much of interest here. Like on any character. Like a mediocre artifact leather armor, that's it. Bunch of ogres, they don't really matter. Sorry, ogres. Almost... Oh, my first acquirement scroll. Okay, so if this sucks, I'm not going to use it. And it sucks, so I'm not going to use it. And if I find a second acquirement scroll, I can go to a treasure trove. So I'm almost done with the game, so it's a bit late for a treasure trove. But if I find a second acquirement, we can do it. My very first acquirement scroll of the game, and it's not good. If I had found this like really, really early in the game, a +4 longbow of freezing is a game-winning item. Like I would be using that right now instead of bothering with upgrading this triple crossbow. But bit late in the game for that. Okay, I'm at the point where like evocation costs so little XP. I might as well level it up. Make my mirrors better. Or like killing that guy is like a third of a level. And there we go. Ooh, I found the oh, never mind. Maybe this macabre necklace is really good. So basically, if I want to resist cold, I would drop some faith on Hepliak Lakana, but I'm not using my Hepliak Lakana faith that much, so it's not that relevant. So do I have a ring of resist cold hanging out anywhere? I do. I could drop my money on this, get my resist cold up, and get a resist negative, and get hit points. That's just better than whatever this other amulet is, right? This amulet I've got on. Yeah, I'm gonna suffer. I'm gonna take the resist cold blow, the faith blow. Equip this. Go find. Well, let's clear this level up first. Oh, already did. Okay. And I can go get this new resist, this other resist cold ring. Now I've got max resist cold. Wow, we actually improved the build. I wasn't expecting to improve the build, but we did. Bam. All right. So now we're just good. That's good. I already had this resist cold ring, but this is +2 resist cold, which is even better. I don't need slang on this. I don't think I'm ever using that. Never using this again. Never using this again. Yeah, all right. We are rocking and rolling. If I ever need a third resist gold, I can pop a resistance potion, I guess. And hey, +7 hit points ain't bad. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore either, really. Just the one scroll of karma. Okay, so we are good to go to Zot. It's the end game, motherfucker. How much money do I have? I have 2,000 gold. We can do crypt. We can do crypt real quick. I'm strong enough to do crypt really fast. A lot of people just skip crypt because it's not relevant. It's like bad elf. There's no rune here, and the loot isn't nearly as good, so people don't bother. Oh, you know what? I'm being dumb. I should not be doing crypt now, because if I go to Zot and I get a bad bane from a orb of entropy, I need to have some XP left in the game to get rid of a bad bane, and crypt is the perfect place for that. So even though I like doing crypt, we're not going to, because I might need it. There's a guy. So when you're a ranged character in Zot and you're fighting a big horde of Draconians, dimensional bullseye are the ones with fancy shirts. That's my advice. Then idealize to keep your guy alive. And then transference him with this idiot. Alright, at this point, I kind of got everything I want, right? So it's just level these up for defensive purposes and go on with your game. Let's bounce out of here. They're pretty low, actually. Guess keep blasting with stuff. Alright, so I got this Gels, so we can Gels these guys. Patches my way out of here. Oh, hello. What are you doing here? So I'm gonna Gels this way. That guy's still with me, but that's fine. There we go. Heal up. Got a little dangerous there. These guys all getting melee range of me. Dispersal them away. Go up the stairs. Shoot these guys. Go down the stairs. Press dispersal. Shoot these guys. There we go. Alright. So that's the value of translocations, everybody. I'm not like a strong enough character to just kind of like take a million shots, even though I've got great resistances. The stuff still does 33% damage to me, even with like really good resistances or whatever, or even 25% damage. And because I'm a lot frailer than like a really powerful melee bruiser with lots of strength and heavy armor and stuff, I make up for it by having incredible utility in all these translocation spells that just kind of like get me out of funny situations like that. Despite my slow attack speed or my slow movement speed, that you can just passive Galubria away your problems. See, all these guys get on top of me. I press dispersal. Now they're not on top of me anymore. So Zod is dangerous still, but it's probably a freaking ghost moth or something. Yeah. Almost level 27. Alright. Blast these guys. I would say, oh man, nice to get this done on my first try. The game's not over yet, but I am playing a Barachi, and Barachis are so good. It was funny saying, it was funny seeing Big Lou say like, hey, I have the worst luck he's ever seen. This is a very lucky run. Like I have very lucky gear. That one dispersal thing was unlucky. You know, +9 triple crossbow. Found the triple crossbow relatively early. I got, you know, when you have resistances this good and defenses this good and weapons this good, it can't be an unlucky run, right? Like boohoo, I can't enchant my artifact helmet. I would like one more willpower, but it's not really that big a deal. Level 27. Last bit of dexterity. So this is the strongest I'm going to get on my crossbow, so it is now doing 90 damage at the end of the game. Really strong. I don't think really anything in the game hits that hard. As like a basic, well, enemies do. There's plenty of enemies that hit harder than that. But as a player, triple crossbows like have the highest base damage besides like certain artifacts or something, like dark mauls or something. Base 23. I guess heavy clubs are like the ogre clubs, but that's an unusual situation. I don't think I need anything in here unless there's blink in here. Nope. I never found blink, right? Yeah, never found the regular blink spell. Crazy. I love using it, but it's kind of irrelevant now that I got dispersal. The things you had blink away from, now you can dispersal away. So it is cheaper though. Well, that's not. That's a decent scale mail. Ari like and then a bunch of decent stats, but not relevant to me at this point. I got it marked. Let's go up. Let's shoot a couple guys, then go up the stairs. All right, go upstairs. All these staircases are relatively close to each other. That's annoying. Okay, let's go up the stairs. Let's dispersal. These guys are berserked. That's not good for me. Let's hop away. Bring my buddy. I'm going to transference him with this guy. And I can go behind my buddy. There we go. Now I can shoot these guys as they wake up or whatever. I can pop a noise scroll to bring them closer to me. Nope. There we go. There he is. I knew there were more guys. Alright. This is the last staircase, but it's still close to all these staircases. Okay. So this is probably a good chance. I don't have... There's not much game left, so let's Immo Scroll. Immo Scroll does hit your own allies, so that's worth considering. But he's pretty tough. I've got 3 resist fire, so it's not that big a deal for me. Fancy shirt, shoot him. Fancy shirt, shoot him. Dangerous little floor, but you know, it's Zot. This is the final boss level. It should be relatively hard. The fact that I have to use some of my spells to get away from damage is pretty typical. I could also dig my way into like a kill hole, but haven't really needed to. A bunch of Rads of Moths of Wrath, whoever. Freaking Ghost Moth. Stop being invisible, you're annoying. Have to learn Sticky Flame just so I can see these guys. Did I learn Yara's? It's not my spell list. I'm not going to go looking for it. I don't really need it at this point. I do have the Alchemy for it and the Hexes. Is Yara... Yeah, I'm not using my money for anything else, so let's go. Alright, Yars, welcome to the team. Should be relatively castable, yep. Not likely to come up, but like that's one of those spells that's like, it's just good. It's really good. Might as well have it. Yeah, there's spells that... I don't have the... I can amnesia something like Swiftness, but... Is there anything castable that's worth using right now? Not really. Nope. Okay, cool. We're in the end game now. Alright, final level. A lot of Draconians are at that corner because they killed my guy without me seeing him. Alright, this is the final level, so let's go ahead and pop our Revelation. So we can see the whole level. Only found the one requirement scroll, so I can never open my treasure trove. Sad. Alright, so let's look at the map here. Both left and right. See, okay, left is definitely better, right? Look at this. There's just no traps between me and the Tesseract. Yeah, that's just... This is a dream Zod entrance. Holy crap. No, like one alarm trap around the corner here, that's not going to matter because everything's in this area is going to come to me fighting the Tesseract. Dream Zod level. Super easy. Alright, let's wake up the Tesseract. Alright, so before I turn this corner, let's buff up. Oh, hold on. Alright, now let's buff up, so we're going to haste. We're going to brilliance if it matters, and we're going to potion resistance just to get something minus resistance as me. Alright, so now I can dimensional bullseye the Tesseract and shoot everything else, slowly killing the Tesseract. Alright, Tesseract's dead. And dimensional bullseye, baby. Let's idealize my guy so he doesn't die immediately. I've killed the Tesseract, so I don't need to force this fight. I can back up and play it safe right now. So Tesseracts are super dangerous. I mentioned this in the other two games because I did win those games. Tesseracts are like super dangerous because the longer you stay in a level after activating them, the more enemies they'll summon. So like, it's annoying because like you have to be very aggressive to kill them faster than they can swarm the level with enemies that you can't beat. But you can't be too reckless or you'll die trying to force it, but that was just super easy. I just walked up and killed it. This is the easiest Zot 5 I've ever seen. Jesus. Made a little noise. That guy's got a distortion club. Let's kill him. Idealize again. Let's hop away. There we go. Orbs of Entry are very dangerous because they can bolt of draining, but they have really high damage things that are... So the thing about resist corrosion and resist negative is you don't need them for 99% of the game. But these guys are kind of turned that on its head because like they're the ultimate in-game enemy, and they kind of force you to take that. But they're only like a 1 in 3 chance they show up in this game because you can over fire or over winter. So like they kind of force you to focus on resistances you normally can ignore for the most part. They also like put negative curses on you or whatever that you have to like. Ooh, hello. Invisible guy. All right. My buddy's confused. All right, now he's not confused. All right. All right, Sentinel mark on me, which is fine because I've cleared out most of the level already. We can kind of just kill everything that comes into this hole. Just idealize my buddy here, and then mirror him. Yeah. Did I? Oh, I had oh, I thought I'd used my. I used one cancellation mission earlier, and I thought I never had one for the rest of the game. Oh well, it doesn't really matter. We've cleared out Zot. The game is basically won at this point. We just gotta get out of here. So, boop. So, the fastest way to get out of the game, especially on a Barachi who has slow movement speed, is just passage equilibrium your way away. So you go passage. Well, this is a bad passage, but oh, should have kept moving. Passage, boop. Passage, boop. Not super relevant actually. We can just kind of run for it. That's like the way to save turns, but it's not actually the fastest for you as a player, because you as a player is just clicking and going upstairs. Frog hop my way out of here. Gavote's probably good though. Just kind of saves you tiles, so you just Gavote. Whoop. Oh, my hop's gone. No. Alright, so passage. Oh, that guy took my passage. What a jerk. Whatever. Hop past him. Shoot him. I don't have to run away from these guys. I'm strong enough to kind of kill anything in the game at this point. Like, I could... This is a strong enough character I could have gone and done in-game. Like, not post-game content, because there's no real such thing as post-game, but the closest thing to it. People call it extended most of the time. Alright, don't want to run all this way. I have one to dig. Let's get out of here. Whoop. Like all these guys who are spawning, who are like from Pandemonium and Hell or whatever, try to kill me, and like, they're not really threats. Like, it would take a very... Oh, this is like almost a Panlord. There's like a Seraph who sometimes spawns who's like close to a Panlord in strength. These guys are actually kind of dangerous because they do like flat damage that you can't resist. Hey, a Panlord. This guy's got an anti-magic attack, but nothing else, so we can just kind of kill him. Yeah. Not much of a threat. He looks spooky, but I'm just that strong. I didn't do anything extra in the game. I only did a 3-run run. I did like half a level of Crypt. That's extra. That's it. Everything else is pretty typical. But this is just how strong Barachis are, and I think Barachi Hunter is the best version of Hunter. So, but some people might argue other combinations. Like Coglin's a good option, but like I think Barachi's still stronger than Coglin. Your aptitudes are so much better. So that even though your damage is worse than like a really well-equipped double weapon Coglin, it's hard to be a really good double weapon equipped Coglin, because like you need to find 2 guns, and I only found one. So if I like look up hand cannon, I found 1 hand cannon this entire game, right? So maybe if I was a Coglin, this acquirement scroll would have given me a hand cannon, but there's no guarantee. And without double hand cannon, I think triple crossbow is better. And there we go. Game is won. There's all my deaths from messing around. Yeah. Pretty straightforward win. I think it's a... I think this is my highest pointed win on this account, or on these, yeah, because there's my Gargoyle and my Minotaur were below it. But yeah, there we go. It only took me 3.5 hours, which is pretty typical for a ranged weapon run. And that's with explaining and stopping to, you know, explain stuff and not actually play as quickly as possible. And there we go, everybody. Pretty normal amount of stream time too, 3.5 hours for me. And yeah, that was fun. I love playing Crawl. It's a really good game when I'm not messing around with Yu-Gi-Oh! Or whatever, or Slay the Spire. This is like my go-to... This is my favorite game to play when I don't have internet access, because like I live in a stormy area, and this is like a game I can play natively with no internet connection, like a laptop or a phone sometimes even. But yeah, a lot of fun. I hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll be back Monday with your regularly scheduled Spiral Yu-Gi-Oh! Gaming. See you guys next time. Have a good one. Bye.